Good evening, VPG. Monday night can only mean one thing. It is the return of VPG. It is the return of Pro Clubs Weekly. Wow, I always get that wrong. What is wrong with me? I hope you're having a good week so far, and I can guarantee you it's about to get a whole lot better. Domino, I'll let you tell them. I'll let you break the news to them tonight.
As you guys know, our loyal followers and subscribers, viewers of our millions and millions around the world. Normally, we bring to you 4 heavy-hitting games, different leagues and cups, but there is a catch to April because we're feeling so nice, and it's something we want to give back to you. It's not only 4, it's BAM TAP! Why? There's so many WWE references here. BAM TAP! It's 5 games, April 5. Tell them, I need you to tell them why we've got the 5th game on April, because I think you've got your better, the words
looking.
come to you better. What's it called? Eloquate?
Looking.
What's the word? Better looking. There you go. Tell them why we've got the 5th game, because it's a banger. It is a banger.
I'll tell you. Right. I got visual props for this one. Bam.
Geez, let's go.
Bam. There it is. The VPG UK League table. We have got first game tonight is Class versus FG. First place, second. There's only 2 games left of this league. Whoever wins this game, obviously it's going to have a massive psychological effect on the other team. But you've got to have a look out for that 3rd place team. Heritage have got 2 games in hand, which means everything is resting on those boys and what those boys do tonight. So, like any league, if you're one of those 3 teams, you've just got to win tonight. Win at all costs. Class play FG at 8 p.m. and then we go off and do our little things. You know where we like to go around the cup. Then we go to a little thing called VPG Esports Premier, whatever that is. And then the bumper edition tonight comes at circa 9:45 in the evening. So Domino's bedtime. It is Class versus Heritage. Back to this VPG UK Premier. Hence the bumper edition. We will not be missing this. And yeah, I think just have a little look at this league table, drink it all in, and we'll check in with this a little bit later on for sure. But for now, let's go and have a look at these 2 sides. It's first place, second, first up. Normally we have a little run through what's on the agenda tonight, but the teams are just going in, so I'll remove the background just so we can keep tabs on that. 2 massive teams, Domino. First place, second. I'm gonna just highlight that front 3 for Class. In Vezi playing in behind Leo and Doyle. That's the danger for FG tonight. I mean, wherever you look on FG's side, there's Class. That's not a pun. That is not a pun. It's just a world-class 11. But Class, at the moment, there's just something about them. Unbeaten in the last 6 in the UK. Can FG here, Domino? Can they ruin the party?
Mate, you look at the names that, like you said, the front 3 of Class. No look further than SJ, Clay, and Dilvix April. Like, they will come to the party. FG are a big game team. They have done it on the biggest stage, April. This is nothing new to them. They've been there. We're about to kick off April, and to answer your question in a long way roundabout, yes, they can absolutely do it, and I'm excited to get this one underway.
I totally concur. I think Class will be very, very wary of this FG side, as most teams should be. They're unbeaten in their last 11 games.
We're backing out.
We're backing out. Do you know what? It gives us more time to talk about these 2 sides, which I'm totally happy with. I think it's Mygan who gets the goal anyway. So if you've got money on that,
gritting as well, fair play.
Yeah, if you've got money on that, we won't be paying out on that one. So keep those bets. But if you're brand new to Pro Clubs, by the way, welcome. This happens a lot. I'll leave it on this screen, but I will bring the 2 sides back up because it's a plethora of talent. Dilvix plays up front tonight, partnering SJ Clay. It doesn't look like they've gone with a cam, but expect Balians to be playing somewhere in that cam position. And again, we're going to play our favourite game of the week. Where is Porridge? Where is Porridge? He's at centre-back tonight.
Mate, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. I mean, he's held the centre midfield position quite well, but we know that man's talent. You can put him anywhere on the park. Keeper, I'm just saying, if we've got nothing to play for next season, just stick him in goal. It's the only position I haven't played, April.
Yeah. I mean, expect the unexpected. But Porridge, Tuanze, Cooler FX, that's a solid back three, and they're going to need to be tonight because that front three again, full class. It's insane. It's insane. And again, another big shout out to LeVue and Benny as well. It's when you build these teams. I mean, we always speak about class and the signings they make, astute signings. They build a team that is capable of winning games and capable of winning silverware. We saw it last season. We might well see it this season. A very, very good side. And as we know, FG, former double winners. They're two sides two heavyweights, and to be honest, I'd write FG off at your peril because there's no easy games in any of these top leagues, Domino. So there's absolutely nothing stopping FG picking up points here, picking up maximum points in their last game of the season, and then Class and Heritage both having a dip right towards the end as well. So
April, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Ooh.
Right, okay. 3 teams up there. Class, obviously, play the same games as FG, but on 4 points more, so leading the league.
Yeah.
You've got Heritage with 2 games in hand, but currently in third, so you need to make it up. But you do have FG on the highest goal difference, sitting in second. Out of the 3, April, where would you feel most comfortable being?
I mean, I think I'd rather be Class right now and just have have the money in the bank. Another WWE reference.
Let's go!
Because I'm looking at Heritage's last games. They've got the Dregs tonight, or the Dregs now. So if there's any Heritage players, let us know in the chat what's going on. And then obviously they've got Class. Tomorrow night, they're the only teams to play. They're the only team to play tomorrow night. They've got Black Sheep and Engine as well. So they've still got to do the business 4 times against 4 good sides. And it's just in these leagues, Domino. We've said it a million times before. Just take the points and run.
Yeah, no, you're not right. To be fair, I'll go with the same as you, April. It'd be Class at the top. But I think FG are, if they can pull a result here with the goal difference they've got, April, and you know goals are hard to come by in these leagues, I tell you that there's something in that. There is something in that.
Yeah, and you know what? They've been there before. They've done it. They've got the T-shirt. They own the T-shirt. They designed the T-shirt themselves. It would just be very FG for them to do something. And Heritage, you've got to do the business now against Dregs. And if they do manage to get past that, then they've got to beat current top of the league. Now, if they manage to do that, Black Sheep and Engine in a back-to-back to win the league under that amount of pressure, there's just a lot of fixtures that they just need to win. There's nothing there saying, you know what, we can slip up here, we can do this, we can do that. They've just got to go out and win, and to do that 4 times in a row in this league is pretty damn hard. Right then, housekeeping, it is Class in the Malaga kit. That is the blue and the white stripes from left to right, taking on FG in the Benfica kit. Red with white shorts from right to left, attacking this goal to our left. Second place, VLG FG, former double winners, the VPG UK Prem and EU Prem, a massive season for them last year. Looking for some more silverware here, or just to be party poopers really, because a win here for FG could open the door for the team who are in third place with 2 games in hand over both of these sides and 6 points behind league leaders Class. So there's a lot of maths to be done tonight, so just bear with us, especially Domino.
Yeah, but mate, maths I'm not good at, but sitting down calling these games I am still not good at. But
yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder where you go with that one.
but enjoy it nonetheless, 8-ball. And what I can see here ticking quite nicely is FG have come out the blocks a lot better than Class. But
Grimmy to the byline.
The thing is, we know Class's game to a point of they can soak up pressure. They're a very, very good team at soaking up that pressure. hitting them on the counter. The long balls to Class Doyle is a factor. Just Class Doyle himself, 8-ball. He gives you such outlet on the floor, in the air, and in his assist 8-ball. Lovely clip ball across there.
The man was running in.
Yeah, it was a great area. No one there on top of it. Class starting to get a foothold here, 8-ball. Starting to pick up the ball. Start to knock around quite nicely as well.
Yeah, and although I would consider them a bit of a... They've got many strings to their bow. I would consider them a counter-attacking side. They're a side that people don't like playing against, and I think that's the biggest kind of compliment we can give them in Bezzy. What a turn that is, by the way. Yeah. Only started playing pro clubs last year, by the way.
And that was because of us. Oh my!
Slid through to Class Doyle, intercepted by X, gets the clearance. I'm not sure who X is. Tuanzi, maybe? Cooler FX? Tuanzi, I reckon. Yeah. Good interception from him either way. But yeah, like you said, Domino, Class just getting a foothold back in this game after a good start from FG. Here is JC, gives it to Crimmy, lays it off. I thought they were going to dump it into the box, instead goes on to the edge of the box. Here is Dilvix, gets the shot off, blocked, first time, side netting, and it's the wrong side of it, and I don't really know how he's managed to get it from that angle, but Class won't care.
I think it brushed the post on the way, hitting the side there, and look, that is the one thing that I would say, now looking at Class doors and these people research, you can't play that, you've got to pick up that loose man. That's the only way you can play that, because he's coming to the ball, and 9 times out of 10, 8 balls, doesn't matter who you've got playing centre back, he's got the ability to win it. For some reason, we need to find a tactic there. I don't understand it.
Now,
that's a great ball in 8 ball. The whip on that.
Quality ball, yeah.
Whips Meizu.
Absolute whipped in. No one on the end of it, unfortunately, for FG. I was going to say about Thomas on that wide midfield, that wide right midfield. He is a player who pops up with an important goal every now and then. He's the one who had that knockdown to Dilvix, who had that shot just a few minutes ago. And then on the same side, but equally as important, is Eternal Viper for Class. Again, he's Class's Thomas, if that makes sense. Both like to chip in with important goals, and Bezzy's popped it over the top. And here we go, looking for an important goal, and it would be if... I'm not sure who that is.
Oh, that's an unbelievable block.
Good block. Falls to Leo. Goal at his beckoning. Waddy stands up tall, makes the initial save. JC's back there, wins it back, and FG come out with the ball at their feet, but some warning signs on both sides, to be fair. Both sides coming close in this opening 33 minutes. How has 33 minutes gone already?
Yeah, 8 ball. It started off quite conservative. They've just started going at each other, which is opening space and obviously creating counters for the other team. I think Class were fantastic on the press there, and they benefited by getting a shot from the end. That must be a foul, 8 ball. He's put it through him and just got absolutely railroaded.
They're ignoring it. He wants as much football as possible tonight, does the referee. He understands the ramifications of this game. And to be fair, I thought it would be cagier than this, Domino, but both sides playing some good stuff. Both sides opening up the opposition. Exhibit A, here is Crimmy, who's looked very lively so far. Speaking of a man who's been there, done it before, here's someone you would be relying on if you're in a red shirt. Recycled well. Looking for the byline, finds the byline, comes back. Support in the form of Crimmy to the back post, and there is Thomas, the man who likes an important goal. Doesn't get change out of his marker. It looked like he may have just got in the way, but linesman says otherwise, and Zinni kicks us off with a Smitty, sorry, kicks us off with a goal kick. Here he is, Smitty, very capable goalkeeper. Looking for, of course, Class Doyle. Porridge, the gaffer for FG, will restart with a throw.
Yeah, and it's, to be fair, I wouldn't say Porridge is a weak link there, Abel, but obviously that's not a trademark position. The guy can play anywhere. But I think if you were the Class team, if you were the Class team, I think that's where you kind of look to exploit. Just because it's not someone's natural position, he looks like he's obviously
get Class Doyle peeling off onto him maybe, because you're not going to get much change out of the other two, Tuanze and Cooler FX, two of the best in the business. Speaking of which, I mean, Snoop Dogg's dispossessed Dilvix, and yeah, we'll clear it into touch for 0-0 in the first half, Domino. Like I said in comms, I think we were expecting, you know, if you said, oh, it's 0-0 at half time, I don't think I would have been too shocked, but I was expecting something cagey. I was expecting to see a lot more nerves, but both sides settled in quite well. A couple of chances on either side, but just missing a goal, really.
Yeah, I think FG had probably the better percentage of football and the possession of the ball. Class, I think, created the better chances. Now, it was really cagey. The UK Prem normally comes out and it's absolutely on fire. You can understand it in a game like this, Magstu. There's nerves going across 22 players there, 8 ball. If you said, would I expect any different from that first half? Absolutely not. There's a lot on the line here. It's just going to need ignition paperwork somewhere, 8 ball. Something needs to happen. A red card, a goal, a penalty. Once this game catches fire, you're not putting it out.
I actually don't think it was that bad. I thought it was quite a good half of football. I mean,
it's tactical. It was purist.
I think the worrying thing for FG at the moment is I think this kind of game suits Class. I mean, at halftime, that would be my team talk if I was a Class manager. If I was FG, I would just try and keep that out of my team talk because Class are plucky. Class are able to hit you on the counter. They're able to make something out of nothing. Whereas FG normally get the ball down. We saw it in the first half, and you touched upon it on that kind of half-time talk. FG have looked the better when they've got it on the deck.
Yeah. And
I think at the moment, the longer it goes without either team scoring, I think Class will be the happier of the two.
Yeah, and 8 ball, if you were Class in this game, is a point doing it for you?
Ooh, I mean, again, my team talk would be look at all the games Heritage have got to win. We've got to play them. We can put it on our own hands. So maybe.
Yeah.
That might be a red, Domino. That might be a red. This is going to be
if I'm honest, 8 ball.
He's got away.
It's not 8 ball.
He's got away.
And to be fair,
that's creamy as well.
I don't think he meant to do it as maliciously as that. It was a slide to actually win the ball. I could be wrong, 8 ball.
I think you might be. I think it was just a little bit of frustration. I mean, watch him pop up here and do something magical. It's that's the Cribby we know, not the Joey Barton-esque tackles.
You can't mention that name anymore.
You get called out. Edge of the box is Caldwell has the shot. Aguard with the block and Snoop in there with the second block. Textbook Class. Lots of red shirts up at the moment. A couple free as well, but he's not managed to find any because he didn't put it in the actual box. Invezi goes long, of course. Looking for that man.
I'm liking Invezi at 8 ball. I think if there's a man that can unlock a defence at the minute, Invezi looks like at this game he's got something a bit special about him. Picking up the ball very nicely there, and then as I say that, he gets.
I think that's why they've moved him into cam rather than striker. We know him as a striker / emergency left back, but Class have seemed to drop it. I don't know what Leo's. Oh no, that's what he's doing. He had the awareness, Domino, to know there was a man off the pitch. What he was doing, I don't know. Whether they've lost a man, I don't know. But I tell you what, I owe that man an apology because that is high IQ play and the finish was world class.
Oh, 8 ball. Absolutely. I was sitting there thinking, well, the ball's on. He's running ahead. He's not checking his run. He's not looking to turn. He's just outpacing the back line, but he's about 6 yards offside. I don't know what's happening here, 8 ball.
Wow.
But,
I mean, just when we think we've seen it all.
I mean, we do have to. I mean, if there's someone in the chat at the end of this game, can you let me know? Because it clearly can't be a tactic. Unless he was so far out of the pitch, he's like, look, let me run offside. Let me run out of the pitch so that, again, I won't be the last man. I don't really know, but I would love to know. But what a massive goal and massive time that is for Class.
That's a Manchester United 24-25 season tactic, that is. Goal didn't pay off. Not getting the results so far. They're playing in red. Everything just makes sense. 20 minutes to do something about it. And FG look angered. They look irked right now. As Dilvik's got it on the edge of the box. It's going to fall to Crimmy. Stabs it into the back post. Players waiting. Takes it down on the chest. They've just got to clear it. They do clear it through Levieux. And here's the goal scorer. Picks it up. Pings it off his opposite number, and yeah, he just takes some sting out of this game because Class have had to do a lot of defending, and fair play to that back line, to those two CDMs in front. I imagine they'll have a lot to do in the next 17 minutes as well.
Really good reading by the centre half. They're able. I don't know what happened there, but very good reading by the centre half. Didn't go with the man inside.
Leo, the goal scorer, he can do what he wants. Yeah, we're gonna keep coming back to that goal, keep coming back to that man off the pitch. No idea, maybe a controller switched off, maybe stopped to let the dog out. I don't know. I'm sure we'll hear all about it in the chat afterwards. But so far, that plus Leo's world-class finish is the difference. As Class look for a bit of game management here. I was about to say no more long balls over the top, but I guess it's long balls with purpose.
Yeah.
Doyle unable to take this one down. A rare sight. Crimmy turns, gives it to X. Crimmy gets it back. Seeing a lot of the ball this game. No change out of Snoop Dogg this time.
Yeah, they've handled Crimmy really, really well. I mean, when I mean handling really well, they've not let him get into the most dangerous positions. They've get him, he's in his position where he's crossed the ball in the box, what you'd expect, but they've made him hug that line, April, more than he'd like to, into that free rowing. Still he's out here, April, heading the ball in.
Crimmy. Oh, he tried to shift it onto that right foot. Not enough time to do so. Here is Caldwell. Good feet from him. Out to this near side with Thomas. Normally inside the box at this point, looking to turn provider as they send a centre back up.
Yeah, it's got the emergency time, April.
You'll now see the ball get dumped in there a bit more. To be fair, FG have been not scared to pump that ball in. It was Norwich who conceded that free kick. Are they kicking for field position? They're not going to get too much out of it. Just going straight through to Waddy. He says, expect the unexpected now, Domino, because I mean we didn't see it, but 6 minutes. 6 minutes. FG's season will be over if they can't. I think, to be honest, I think they need a win. To be quite frank, I mean, a draw and a win in their last game, they could mathematically do it. It's statistically very unlikely, but I mean, if anyone's got eyes on the Dregs game, Dregs Heritage, let us know how those two are getting on or got on, because it should be finished by now. This was a late kickoff. Thomas into Dilvix, gets it back. He's going to pop it in the box. Surely. Swings it in, headed over his own crossbar. I think that might have been Brookie. Yeah, I think it might have been Brookie. We never know. That might have been someone lingering on the edge of the box for all we know. I trust him. Again, unmarked red shirt, just been picked up now. Swings it in. Free header at the back post for William. And Benny in there, as you would expect. Is going to go to Thomas, though. Seen a lot of the ball in this last 5-10 minutes. They are the man. They're looking to get them back into this, as Mbezi can't get it all the way down the line. Leo does manage to steal it back. Here's Aquan. Manages to
anywhere will do.
I tell you what, Domino. Class, I said at the beginning of this game, either of these sides will take a 3 points however it comes. A 1-0, a 5-0. It does not matter. And Class, form of champions, you have to say.
Yeah, and April, games like that, in these high pressing situations, we always say it, because the pressure that's put upon these players, it's either a moment of magic or a moment of madness. That is the separation, and I would love to know. It
was both.
And to be fair, it's both. It was both of them. The madness for going off the pitch and running into a sideboard, but the magic to knowing.
Someone let us know what happened there.
Yeah, someone needs to put in the chat. Also, we do need to find out the Drake score 8 ball, because I'm very, very interested.
Yes, let us know. But yeah, Domino, like you were saying, that Leo stroke of magic, it was a great finish under immense pressure. It was a finish worthy of winning a game, just under very, very strange circumstances. Which, to be honest, more fool us, Domino. More fool us for not expecting that right now. It's pro clubs. It's competitive 11v11s. Of course, there's going to be carnage. Right then, let us move on to. I'm just checking what's going on in this second game. So we do have. I'll tell you what. Let's pop it up on the screen for you. It is the return of the UK Pro Series. Boys and girls, if you don't know what the UK Pro Series is, it is the qualifying tournament for the VPG UK LAN event that is happening first weekend of July. If you don't know about that by now, one, where the hell have you been? And two, make sure you learn about it, because even if your team does not qualify, I implore you to either come along, because it's at Hillsborough and it's a fantastic stadium and it's run by some fantastic people as well.
Yep.
And if you can't make it there, make sure you watch on live stream, because I think we had like an average of like 900 to 1,000 people watching last year, and it was a long old day, so there's a lot of people watching. So yeah, it's the same as anything in pro clubs, especially competitive 11s pro clubs. Just get involved. Right, so these two sides, Domino, Tranmere Rovers Esports versus Vendetta, two brand new sides to the channel, so welcome. It is the quarter finals. So I mean, when we get to this stage, I'll start with Vendetta, because it makes more sense for Vendetta. Vendetta are in League 5. So that's what I'm talking about when we're talking about fairy tale stuff. It is a cup run of the ages, because everyone in the UK VPG League is entered into this tournament. So for them to get here from League 5, from the depths of VPG, they are 9th in League 5 as well. So again, I think a lot of these sides we get where they're top of League 4, top of League 3, top of League 2, and they're used to winning, so it kind of makes sense. Vendetta, they're just like, you know what, we're just going to go on a crazy cup run today, and that's what they're doing, and fair play to them. And they've currently, I was going to say, they've currently just scored in the game that we've got behind us as well, their first game of tonight. I did just have to double check just to make sure that wasn't Tranmere and we weren't missing, because that sounds like something we would do. On the other hand though, Domino, Tranmere, they are the sides we're used to seeing in the cup. They are in the championship, and they are first. 0 losses in their 37 league games so far this season. That is the correct reaction, Domino. And a couple of players I'd like to just highlight, if I may. Obviously, Lewis FIFA up front, because he's
Lewis FIFA.
Yeah, he's a fantastic player, but he's also a top lad in VPG and in clubs in general. He's also one of our admins as well, so we're obviously going to be very biased, but he's an admin for the aforementioned reason. And his strike partner, Smith. And, you know, obviously on social media, we see things pop up every now and again, and every time Tranmere win, I see those two on the score sheet all the time. So I'm thinking, right, well, when I get to do the stats tonight, I'm going to see how many they've scored. 20, 30 goals, I bet. Smith is on 54 goals. It's not, you know, it's not as if they're playing low down. They are in the champ. So to get 54 goals in 58 games, by the way, is insane. It's crazy. And so I checked that first, and I'm like, okay, wow. And then I moved on to Mr. Lewis FIFA. 80 goals. 80 goals this season. Are you actually joking me?
That's genuinely ridiculous. What is their goal difference?
103.
That's an absolute joke. That's an absolute joke.
So Tranmere, welcome. It's great to have you guys on, and I'm sure you guys will be playing in the Prem next season, funnily enough. Again, when you got players like C. Brennan in, Sean, Rackers, and obviously the aforementioned, you're obviously going to have a good season, but I don't think anyone envisaged them having that good a season. They are unbeaten in their last 15 games, and that loss was by Regnum in the cup. So they faced the top side in Europe. The only team to defeat them in the last 15-16 games. On the other side, we've got Vendetta, who I did their stats first, and they've got Ryan up front, who's got 28 in 25. I just see him score now, so make that at least 29 in 26.
And 8-ball. That's an unbelievable stat and a really good striking stat. But after you read it, I'm like, oh yeah, 25. Well, it's not gonna be 80, is it? Like, exactly. And it's no disrespect. It just sounds bad coming to your second striker's double you. So
yeah, so they've got Ryan and Gosling up front. Gosling's got 24 goals and 16 assists. Domino, he's their top-rated player, and this is what I mean. So I think a lot of these cup games is very much just who can feed their strikers the most effectively.
Yeah.
I think for Vendetta, they've just got to. Hopefully, they've seen some of the cup matches before on the channel, and hopefully they've seen that the underdog, because they are the underdog, because that's just how the footballing pyramid works, whether they like it or not. The underdog does get a good crack at this. They really do. When you've got players who have got 28 goals, 24 goals, just get it to them. And I genuinely think for Vendetta this evening, the team talk should be get it to those boys, see what sticks, see what happens, and we'll go from there. The difference tonight is with Tranmere having a little bit of background knowledge, because normally we see these sides and we kind of don't know a lot of their players. They've got a strike partnership worth 134 goals, yet they can still hurt you from other areas of the pitch. So again, for Tranmere, I genuinely think it's go out and just business as usual. But for Vendetta, on the defensive side of that, on the flip side of that, it's not even a case of just keep it away from, you know, their front two. They can't do a Park Ji-sung and just follow one of them around. It's very much just, I think it's just going to be a straight shootout domino. I genuinely
and this is the difference. Every time we see games like this, and the opinion is, right, how would I, if I was Vendetta, what would I do? And I go with that old school tactic of, right, make ourselves, first 20 minutes, don't give anything stupid away, don't give anything cheap away, don't worry too much about offense, just work on positioning, make sure you're not rotated too much. I always say that, April, and what happens is we get games of the night here when it's underdog versus the favourites. The underdogs just show zero respect, and they go out with just like mindless rage, and they're like, do you know what, we're just going to go fire to fire and play you like you're any other person in our normal league. And I do think that is the best mentality, because sometimes
it's work.
For me, especially April, the pressure and the occasion, you sometimes play the occasion, not the game.
Yeah.
And I've done that. I've played the occasion over the game, and you kind of go in with yourself, and you're so focused on what you're doing defensively that you're not creating anything offensively. Exactly what you said, Vendetta, play your normal game. You've got two ballers up top, stats prove it, get it to them, see what they can do.
And we've got royalty tonight. It's Barney Two Gooses in the chat. Welcome, sir. Enjoy the game. He says, come on, Vendetta. Dizzy's in goal. Who's coppers? Dizzy's in goal for Tranmere. Expect some big names. Expect some big names from that Tranmere side. They are absolutely massive. Like I said, first in Champ B EU, no losses in those 37 games. Unbeaten in the last 15. That loss was to Regnum, top of the VPG Esports Premier. So, I mean, something had to give.
I played with Lewis FIFA in a random drop-in when he was like, we had some boys jump on, and he was like, yeah, I'll play up top. Mate, the guy's unreal, and I swear to God, he was playing eating Doritos. And I was just like, what? Like, how is he that good? It's sometimes when you play with people that level, you're just like, I don't get it. I'm trying my hardest here, and the kid's got one hand on the pad. Doesn't make any sense, Abel, but we are here.
Here we go then. Doritos aside, and we're exiting the game.
Second game of the night, second exit.
We did say, get used to it, boys and girls. Get used to it. I'll leave you on the loading screen so you can. We're not trying to pull a fast one or anything. You can see what's going on. I mean, I will get the teams back up. Just to see if there's anyone else we recognise. A lot of the time in VPG, I found people use different names, which does not help. I mean, we did a video on joining, you know, a league like VPG, and one of our top tips was use the same name in everything, because you'll start to make a name for yourself. Your name does become your brand. I'll say it again now whilst the people are listed. Use the same name. Make yourself a brand. And it's also really helpful for us. It might just be us being super selfish, but yeah, you know, some of the players out there for Tranmere. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Domino. I do think Vendetta, I think like we said, if they've watched any of the previous cup games, which I'm sure they have, Vendetta, I'm sure you tune in every week.
Every week.
If they've watched any of these cup games, it's the teams that just turn up and say, look, it's like any other game. Get it out of our head that it's a quarterfinal. Get it out of our head that the team's 4 leagues above us, 3 leagues above us, and just play our game. You know, we just saw them win on the last game off stream. I think it ended up like 4 or 5-0. So they're putting in goals. They're in good form. 1 loss in their last 6, which means 1 loss in their last 7 now. 2 strikers in form. I think the worst thing you can do now is kind of go inside that shell and, you know, try and keep Tranmere quiet. I think it's just going to have to be a firefight, if I'm totally honest.
Yeah, it's the only way you're going to get anything out of the game, because you look at the players of Tranmere, and we always say if it's too clean 8-ball, it's going the Tranmere way. If the game's falling into a pattern of your turn, my turn, then Tranmere are going to hurt you. Look at the goal tally up front. Vendetta need to kind of change that algorithm a little bit with playing a bit of chaos ball at times, 8-ball, and it makes for a great game for us, and it's probably the best way of getting some result out of this game. But I'm excited to see the Tranmere front 2 and the Vendetta front 2, mate. I'm excited to see how it's going to shape up. And it's better time, fair play to you. I think that's why they came off stream the last time, Abel. Those kits were atrocious. Who plays in those 2 kits? This is much better for my eyes.
It is Tranmere playing in the all-white Tranmere kit, which does look...
Do you see the chat?
Class and heritage win means... Yes, I was just about to say...
I
tell you what. Well, I was letting you talk crap about the kits, if I'm totally honest. I thought I'll let him have his moment. He's making a good point for once. No, confirmation that Heritage won in that first game 2-0 against the Dregs, which means we were right to make this a bumper edition. It will be 9:45 this evening. Class taking on Heritage, which I still don't think is first place second. But it is first place #1 contender, effectively. Yeah. Just for some housekeeping, because we have been distracted. That's a massive tackle, to be fair. It is in the alternative Real Madrid kit, so the orange kit, Vendetta from right to left, and Tranmere in this all-white Real Madrid kit, basically, just to confuse us from left to right. Top of Champ B. Looking like they'll be playing in some Premier action next season, and rightly so as well, with that massive 103 goal difference. Can Vendetta stop this absolute steam train?
Yeah, it's a juggernaut at the minute, and when you're playing with that kind of confidence, sometimes, Abel, it genuinely doesn't matter who you come up against. When you're playing in that kind of rich vein of form, you can come against anyone and still do quite well, and that is currently what Tranmere are doing at the minute, and it's... To be fair, Vendetta are knocking the ball around quite nicely, Abel.
I think it's twofold, isn't it? It really is just kind of backing your ability, but it is also staying in the game. And I think when teams come into these types of games as favourites and they don't score early on, Smith to the byline, cuts back, good tackle from RS, good recovery. Oh, and I tell you what, and he gets a little token for his trouble as well in the goal kick. and you know, when the so-called favourites don't score, you know, let's say in the first half or the first 60, 70 minutes, you can see the frustration. And that's when they start to lash at things. That's when we start to lash out or misplaced passes. It's just about staying in the game as Chris cuts it across to the man of the moment. It is Luis FIFA, the man in the do-rag. Makes it goal number 81 for the season. That is not a typo. 81 goals this season.
Yeah, that was a one hand on the pad, one hand on Doritos kind of finish, but I've seen him do that before. Makes it look effortless. And yeah, I mean, you could see there was 2 or 3 attacks that Tranmere were just prodding and probing and see what there was there. They knew the ball was across, was on 8-ball, and they found it expertly. They've got it here. Similar position on the other side, 8-ball. He's cut his man. 1-2. He had the other man on twister legs, 8-ball. Keeper just back good fence and hold that position, but you can't. It's the IQ play, 8-ball. Once these kind of predators, they see prey like that, 8-ball. They see the keeper on wandering legs. They're gonna punish you. They're gonna punish you. Here's Vendetta coming up.
Put the fullback on ice and then punish the goalkeeper for being a few centimetres too far across. And it's, Donald, like you said, it's high IQ play, but quite clearly the man wasn't happy being sat on 81. 3 virtual minutes later, it makes it 82 for the season. Trying to set some kind of record here is Luis FIFA of Tranmere. Chris C doing the damage with that tackle and with that assist for Lewis FIFA to double Tranmere's lead. 2-zip Vendetta. We were talking about trying to stay in the game. They're going to need a goal soon if they want to do that. And that is exactly what they do. And it is their talisman, Ryan, with his 30th goal of the season. And, I mean, if it wasn't for Lewis FIFA, we'd be saying what an amazing tally that is, of course. But
I tell you what, does it make you feel good doing all these stats and getting it right when it comes to programming?
Well, I wouldn't know. It's the first time it's happened.
So tell me what you're feeling right now. Actually, tell me after this 8 ball. Oh, my, great save by the keeper.
Good positioning. Good positioning from Beza there.
That's a massive, massive lift for Vendetta there, 8 ball. A massive, massive lift. It shows they can get behind. And it shows once they create that corner, once they create that chaos 8 ball, they can get something out of there. And footballing on the deck 8 ball, it's not like they've been outplayed here.
No, I agree.
Tranmere are a bit more clinical and a bit more clean going forward. But I tell you what, Vendetta's passing lanes are very, very nice at the minute. So it's still all up for grabs here.
Things like this, when you talk about Vendetta being in League 5, 9th in League 5, it just shows you how deep VPG goes. I think when you see things like this, it's quite scary to think how many teams are above this side in the footballing pyramid. And that, I think we've just got to take our hats off to VPG there, because there's teams for days and there's ballers for days. And this is what we do live streams for, Dom, to find these hidden ballers. And Vendetta at the moment, that was a bad decision there. Well taken by Dizzy, by the way.
Looking at Vendetta now, sitting 9th in League 5, does it make you sad feeling we'll get nowhere near League 5 if you ever play?
We played in League 1 a couple of seasons ago, I'll have you know. So one of us scored 2 goals. And I won't tell you who it was. There's a stat for you. 1 game played, 2 goals scored. Is that a better average than Lewis FIFA? Yes, it is. Yes, it is a better ratio.
Just.
Yeah, probably just. 5 minutes till half time. This has been an absolute barnstormer between 2 new sides to the channel. If you're just joining us, it is Tranmere in the white, and it is Vendetta in that alternative orange Real Madrid kit. From right to left, down in League 5, taking on Champ B, league leaders, runaway league leaders as well. They have not lost in their 37 league games this season.
Wild. It's genuinely wild.
And currently unbeaten in their last 15, looking like making it 16 if Lewis FIFA has anything to say about it. Here he is, bang on cue. RS does well again, having a good half, that man.
Yeah, I think after that second goal, after the first goal went in for Vendetta here, I do think Tranmere have just settled down the ball. It's been a lot more possession heavy 8 ball, a lot more smart passing to not get into positions like this. It's well defended. I do think the whistle was going to go. I didn't think they'll play that a little bit.
Yeah, I think if they got it through first time, I think the ref would have been kind enough, but it got cut out and...
Yeah.
2-1 then it is. 2-1 to Tranmere, the quote-unquote favourites. I mean, this is kind of... It's exactly how we thought it would go. It's an absolute barnstormer. Both sides have got players in red-hot form. We pointed them out to you at the beginning of the game, and both of them have delivered. Once in a blue moon, Domino, like a broken clock. We're correct twice a day.
8 ball. It was a very, very good first half. I think the first 10-15 minutes, again, had us on edge, and I do think Vendetta were getting really good play of the ball. I think Tranmere took a hold of the game like they did. 2 goals definitely helped. When Vendetta got back into it, they slowed the pace down. Tranmere experienced enough to change tempos when they had to. Vendetta need to only set themselves to 1 tempo, and that is like full throttle 8 ball. They need to come out this half firing early doors. They slowed down on the press a little bit towards the 35th to 40th minute. I think if they're going to get anything out of this, they've got to put Tranmere under some serious pressure, both offensively and defensively.
I think more importantly at the moment for Vendetta was getting themselves back into this game. As long as there's still a goal down, or as long as there's still a goal swing in it somewhere, they've just got to find a man to keep. They've got to find a way to keep that man. He's making me lose my words. Keep that man quiet, and at the moment it's proving a big task. He's on a hat-trick, but a big save once again from Beza. And yeah, as long as they're a goal down, as long as they're in that goal
excellent ball,
swing,
Abel. Fantastic.
still in this
He's
game.
got a strike partner in there. Doesn't play it Kemp's at the edge of the box, 8 ball, tries to pick the gap between the two players, doesn't get there. Long ball gone forward. Is he onside? That's the question. Yes, he is, 8 ball. Great touchdown. Strike partner coming in, 8 ball.
I mean, like I said, it's 136 goal strike partnership between those two. The back heel from Smith was delicious. Finds Lewis FIFA, but good defending again from Vendetta, who I think might be ruining that start now, Domino, because since they went 2 goals down, they've looked very, very good.
Yeah.
And now they're going to fall into that trap of going after the game against a side like Tranmere, who will pick you off unless, that's a great header by the way, unless you are 100% focused. And providing they don't switch off Vendetta, they should, at just a goal down, I tell you what, Joyce was switched on there. At just a goal down, they are still in this game because we know anything can happen. We saw it in the last game, a man literally just taking a sip of water on the edge of the box. Well, that's good feet, I tell you what. Edge of the box it is. Zul finds Goz. Good tackle and comes away with the ball as well. Lewis FIFA just does enough with the flick on. Down the line it goes. Here we go. What have Tranmere got in the locker? Burners for days.
Well done.
Good recovery.
My issue here, if I was a Vendetta player, is it's not a couple of times, it's every time Tranmere get forward, it looks menacing. They're attacking with intent. It's not.
Oh, here we go.
My.
Free header for MXCR, and he's put it away from 2-3 yards out. I don't think it was switching off, Domino. I think a 50-50 was won, and sometimes it's just the luck of the draw. And fair play to MX because he was the man there. The centre back was sniffing around like a centre forward, and he did his best Lewis FIFA impression and tucked it away. And I think that's the buffer. That's the buffer that they would have wanted. They'll tell you, Domino, they weren't worried, but Vendetta were really building into this game. Shawnar slides it through to Smith, gives it to his strike partner. Big block by Damo. Oh, he's going to find
and I told you, it's every time they come forward. It's not the one, it's not the odd occasion, it's not every single time they've come forward, it's menacing. It's with proper intent, and they do get something out the end of it, April. Either a corner or a shot on target. I have never seen attack playing as fluid, creating this amount of chance. Someone needs to give me their XG, April, because it must be wild.
I mean, just look at
same as Lewis FIFA's.
Just look at their goal difference. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. It's plus 103 in 37 games. They're averaging 3 goals a game with no goals conceded. It's insane stuff. And unfortunately for Vendetta, I mean, it's one of those things, Dominic. We say it a lot. It doesn't
Great
matter.
Football, that's excellent work.
It doesn't matter who Tranmere came out and played tonight. When they're in that kind of form, when their strikers just find space in the box, they're used to goal scoring. Again, we always say it doesn't matter what level the goals are coming in at. When you've got strikers that are red hot, they're red hot. And despite Vendetta's, to be fair, they've been really good defensively. It's just, yeah, I don't want to play against Smith, Lewis FIFA at all.
No, and to be fair, Lewis FIFA keeps getting a little bit of mention. Smith there, either with the decoy runs or the feeder balls inside Abel, he's been exceptional. Just doing that secondary work. Here he is again, Abel.
From Beza. Cuts it back though. Here's C. Brennan. Joyce does well once and twice. Ewan gets through. Damo does well. Slides it through. I mean, a goal maybe here, Domino. We're saying maybe. Give them something to play for in this last 15-16 minutes. But the decision making has to be better. They have to be decisive. They have to be direct, and they have to be absolutely potent in front of goal. To do this without Tranmere replying is going to be a very big task.
Yeah, Abel, even if they didn't go score 4 here, Abel, I still back Tranmere in this vein of form to get another 3 or 4. Yeah, it's just. And Vendetta, like you said, Abel, are not doing anything poorly. Defensively, they picked up really good positions. Vendetta, here we go again, Abel.
Good save.
Great save there, goalkeeper. Yeah, needed one of them. But positions-wise, they've been really good. I just think Tranmere have been too cute, too clever in those attacking positions, 8 ball.
Good win. But it's going to come straight back to them. Ewan swings it in. Headed down by Drew Deeney. It's 6s and 7s. Joyce clears again. Busy half for that man. 2 crazy lucky goals to make it 4-1. I'm not sure I agree, Jen. I can't say I agree with the luck there.
Luck?
So some good awareness in the box is probably what I would say. But we're very, very positive people on this this stream. In front of the camera, anyway. One high up, Chris C loses out. Mystery free kick is given to Vendetta, and they restart with RS. Joyce caught in possession. Smith, edge of the box. Lewis, FIFA, still on a hat-trick, goes down for a penalty. And are they going to let him take the penalty for his hat-trick, or are they going to try and put the icing on the cake here and let someone else take it? No. They've given it to him. Here he is then. Lewis, FIFA for his hat-trick.
Stepping up.
Sends it even the wrong way, and it is a hat-trick for that man on stream. And the worst thing is, Domino, is I would have given you odds of about 1 to 2, 1 to 3 if I'm feeling nice on him getting a hat-trick tonight. Just look at the stats. Look at any of his play. I mean, if we did stream that time he jumped in with you, Domino, which I think we did. Just go look at that. He's a ridiculous player. And GG's to Tranmere, who have we've been trying to get them on the stream all season, because obviously quite clearly they've been red hot all season. So they've turned up and put on a show, but Vendetta have a lot to be happy about with their performance.
And I tell you what, not saying a lot about Vendetta. We know their centre half's more than a striker. I think every time the ball's got to Ryan 8-ball, clear-cut decision making, plays with intent. Been a fantastic player. I don't think it's luck, but Rubber the Green maybe has gone with Tranmere a little bit. But you create your own luck in games like this 8-ball, and they have definitely created their own luck. Love that by the keeper 8-ball. Big fan of that.
Spot on. I think those 2 goals really killed Vendetta. They did well to get back in the game. I think every time we've mentioned them staying in the game, they've gone and scored. They've gone and conceded. I smell a professional foul. Smith.
Yeah, I thought that was
the
easy.
Well, they didn't need to, Dom. They didn't need to. They got this under control. Chris looking for the back sticks. RS does well. He's had a good game as well. Yeah, Dominic, I'll absolutely kind of shadow what you said about Ryan up front. I think if any teams from the leagues above, I tell you what, both of them took him out there. Big save from Beza.
8-ball. We need to watch that back on stream, because there was about 5 or 6 tackles 8-ball that all just kept falling into the path of Tranmere.
It definitely had that kind of finish to the game.
Yeah.
It definitely had that finish to the game. And just to complete what I was saying there, Dominic, I think if any teams from the higher divisions are looking for a goal scorer, that's all I'm going to say. I mean, he may well...
Tranmere's not going to help you out of this. Who manages Tranmere 8-ball?
That's a good question. Brennan. C. Brennan.
Right, C. Brennan's not going to be your biggest fan for saying things like this 8-ball.
No, I meant Vendetta.
Unless he comes to my newly formed, managed client pool. I'm going to be an agent 8-ball, I've decided. At some stage, I'm going to be an agent.
After Pro Clubs Weekly, hopefully.
During 8-ball.
So in 10 years' time. 10 years' time. We got him on a 10-year contract, boys and girls. No, I meant Vendetta, actually. Thank you very much. I mean,
okay.
Smith and Lewis FIFA ain't going anywhere. I'll tell you that for nothing. Congratulations to Tranmere. Absolute pleasure to have you guys on. And commiserations to Vendetta, but really enjoyed having you guys on. I mean, they did exactly what we asked for, Domino. They came and they gave it a go. They tried to fight fire with fire, but...
I like it, 8-ball. Risk and reward, and unfortunately it came out for risk for them, but I'll tell you what, we'll have them back on the channel 8-ball, and again, commiserations, because Vendetta, coming this far in a cup for someone in your division, that shouldn't be sniffed at. That's a massive achievement, especially this late in the day, so fair play. That's great cup run, guys.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point as well. And again, we're talking about Vendetta having positives to take from that. I think that's a massive positive. Before we even talk about the actual result and the actual performance, is the fact they're getting to the quarterfinals of these big competitions effectively. And yeah, I think a lot of people would have bitten your hand off to get to the quarterfinals in this cup. Alas, it will be Tranmere going on to the semi-finals, and they will be next week. I'm hoping we can do a semi-final and final back-to-back next week, because next week is, I believe, the final week. I mean, I'll double-check that. But for right now, I'm going to make your screen turn purple, because it is that time of the evening where we go to the
disco
main event of the evening. 1 of 5. It is for the win. Second place for the win, taking on... decided for some reason, we don't know, and we're happy about it, by the way, taking over this channel. It is Fenerbahce Esports, who appeared on the channel 3 times last week. They're 1 for 1 this week. I'm more than happy with that, Domino. More than happy with that.
Yeah, they've appeared like 4 times in the last 3 streams, making any sense.
Going through the teams, the biggest team news, Domino, and I said this to you at lunchtime.
I see it.
Lunch. This is how sad we are, by the way, talking about this over our lunch break. It is the return of LR Season at right wing for Fenerbahce, a man who absolutely ran the game last week against Team GMASK in that 3-1 win. He's just come in, played 4 games, and just turned Fenerbahce's season around after those 2 disappointing results.
Yeah, and after we said it, and again, not how sad we are, Abel, I take offence to that. But after we jumped off stream, we were then dissecting off stream, just in our own time, that game against GMASK, and I was like, Fenerbahce play class. And me and you both said, LR Season's Abel, that was the difference maker. In our opinion, anything good came through him. His composure on the ball, his forward-thinking passes, his progressive play, 8-ball, everything positive came through LR Seasons, and I'm excited to pick him back up because we know what a baller he's been and what a baller for years he's been. OG in the game.
So look out for that, man. They're playing him in right wing and they're playing through up front, and that really, really worked against one of the best sides in the business. And they're hoping to do it again tonight against second place for the win. For the win have been on an absolute tear at the moment, and fair play to them. It is Gothiao, top goal scorer, 15 goals, 10 assists in 36 games at that top level. Look out for that man. But it is Fenerbahce who get us kicked off in the white with blue shorts against the all black of For the Win. Fenerbahce down to 7th place, Domino, but they do have 3 games in hand over top of the league, but they are 11 points behind them.
You'd rather have, like we always say, all the points in the bag. But big shout out to Jack, the keeper of Vendetta, that's in the chat, mate. Well played. And to be fair, you didn't play poorly, my friend. It was just one of those games, mate. You're playing against world-class strikers, bud. Head up, mate. Good cut run. Yeah, but back to this game here, April. And I tell you what, April.
Very open here.
It's very, very open.
And
here goes
Epan. Oh, he's in the form of his life at the moment. Big stop from Bruno.
April, what is that? I didn't know what that was. How do you do that?
I don't even know he had the creativity to do that. I can't even dream it up. Tico Beast backstick's got too much gas on it. Yeah, he's in the form of his life at the moment, and he's performing on the biggest stage of all, which is obviously VPG and Pro Club's weekly streams. 2 in 2 in those last 2 streams, and absolute screamers as well. I think both times he scored, he's put his side in the lead as well. So a scorer of important goals. And there's that patented, Domino, 90-yard clearance by a centre-back facing the wrong way.
I don't get it. It's just so out. You can get out of jail so free doing that. Running back triangle. Here we go.
Wow, on the weaker foot as well.
Just
I mean, there is a new patch coming out, by the way, which we should probably talk about at some stage. Probably not right now in the middle of a game, but it's a bit of a game changer. If you've not seen it, go and check out social media, ours specifically. And it'll tell you all about it. We'll probably mention it if there is a break in the action at some point, but I'm not sure if we told you there's a bumper edition tonight. 5 games instead of the usual 4. So we are 5 times shoveling down your throat tonight, whether you like it or not. You guys had no say in this, by the way.
Absolutely none. We didn't even take a poll. There was nothing. You just guys got to deal with it. Learn to deal with it.
Fenerbahce knocking it on the floor nicely against second place for the win. What a season the Portugueses are having.
Yeah.
Here is the danger man, Robbins, edge of the box. A bit of a strange one. Creativo gets in, and here goes to the opposite flank with Deuce Liao. Very good players. The gaffer Fabian. D Ultra. Rafa, and there's names for days again with For the Win. I'm starting to see why they are in second place. A good side, and it's one of those sides, Domino, where I wouldn't say they've got any superstar players, and they might hate me for saying that, but they've just got 11 world-class players instead, and I kind of know what I'd rather have.
Yeah, and all play with a team. Like, do you know what I mean? There's again like the big names we see around clubs. You've got players that play for the badge, and hence why they're so far up there.
Here's Deuce Liao, edge of the box, does not get it over the wall, and yes, you can see how much power that had, because look where it ended up. Good evening to you, Pedro. Thank you for stopping by. Do stick around, 3 more games, including this one. I'm very lucky there, because the man at the edge of the box was completely unmarked. and looked like he might pop that one into the back of the net. Alas, it is Fener on the attack. Epan, the danger man, gives it to, I was going to say one of the other danger men, Robbins. He's not had the best start to the game. It's what happens when we hype people up, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like the game, I haven't seen him play in a while, April, and the game that played, there's sometimes you don't have ring rust, and this game can prove that that man doesn't get ring rust. Came back in like he's never left it, and it just looks a little bit, April, off the boil at the minute. But to be fair, for the winner, making it very difficult to hold on to the ball, and when they do get on the ball, they're starving them off it, April, and it's really hard to play against when you're doing things like that. So that's fantastic. He's running through on goal here. He's lacking the support, April. He needs to take it down into that corner unless he tries to beat the man. Get some change out.
That's when you want your striker to hold it up, I think. Don't get me right, he didn't do too much wrong. He's got the throw in, but he had support coming, and he knew he wasn't going to get a straight run on goal. But for me, I'm looking at the likes of players like Luca. I'm like, he would hold that up. He'd wait for his support. Yeah, I mean, clearly he knows best, but just
but burning into positions when your team's trying to fly up. If you were going to try and take it, that's a bit naughty.
But they've still got the ball. Here's Deucely out. Tries to swing it, and they're not going to get anything for it. I thought he might leave something on him there, but Capone sweeps up. Mo Rafa does nice to intercept that little flick on. It's what he's in that base of midfield to do, partnering Pinedo, a very, very tidy player on the ball, a good playmaker in that CDM position. Here is the gaffer. Gives it to their top goal scorer, Berisha, comes out, punches it quite aggressively as well. Deucely out, holds it up nicely this time. That's what we want to see more of from that man. Creativo, very, very good wide midfielder slash
very nicely.
And if you didn't know, 2K25 is available now.
Is that because we're doing the WWE references, or did you mean to put that sponsor in?
Yes, they're paying us. We signed
here we go. Same deal that I'm unable.
Can finally afford lunch. Capone into Epan's feet. 8-ball, do you play defense? Mate, I'll play wherever I can. I'll play wherever I can get a game on the night. Epan to Robbins, loses out, but it's going to fall to that man. What a save from Bruno. That man has a wealth of experience, and he showed it there. Massive save. And I tell you what, Dominic, I almost pressed the goal button.
Oh my!
I was convinced. That was a bit more routine, but still, Bruno keeping the scores level in sticks for the win. Again, Fenerbahce are away from
been very much a in the whole game as well.
Yep, that's it. He's gone for it. Maybe on Ultimate Team. Maybe on Ultimate Team.
I like how Pedro said you still play defense. I don't know what
he's obviously seen me play, Domino. He's obviously seen me play. Got a bit of a name for myself. Epan in the box, dispossessed, and it goes. I tell you what, this back line for the win, now including Bruno as well, has been formidable to keep that front three quiet so far. Something that Team GMASK could not do last week. Something they might not be able to do here. The curse of the commentator. Epan just wanted one too many touches. Dispossessed.
He just wanted to get on his right foot, 8-ball. He was praying to get it on his right foot. I tell you what, the ball roll there, 8-ball, and stopped it halfway through for the pass was expertly done. He weaved his way. He did make that space on his left foot. I think he shifted it one too many times to get his right, and he just couldn't pay off there. But towards the end of the half, Fenerbahce started getting looking a little bit more dangerous. But 8-ball, the half ball the win had, talk to me.
I think For the Win look best when they keep the ball. They are a very good team in possession and out of possession as well. But they're a side who have got 11 players who like the ball under pressure, and that's quite rare. And they've had their best spells in the game where they've kept the ball. It doesn't matter where on the pitch, it's just when they've kept it. It's when you start to let Fenerbahce get a foothold in this game, because they've got the players to hurt you. And we saw it then towards the back end, that last 10-15 minutes, virtual minutes. Fenerbahce had arguably more chances in those 10-15 minutes than they had the rest of the half, the other 30 minutes of the half. So I think if I'm gaffer for the win, if I'm Fabian, I'm saying let's just keep the ball, do what we do. We're second place in the league for a reason. Second place in the top league in Europe for a reason. Keep that ball.
Oh, here he is.
You know, it's not even to build stuff particularly. it's just to stop Fener playing. It really truly is. I think that's what they need to do here. They need to. If you watch the Team GMASK game against Fener last week, where Fener won 3-1, spoiler alert. I mean, to be fair, they seem to be doing all right against this front three, but players like Epan, players like Robbins, and Warren Beast, they only need half a chance. And if you can starve them off the ball, if you can starve them on possession, if you can get them trying to turn it into a bit of a scrappy game where they haven't touched the ball in 10-15 minutes, it's when they start growing into the games, is when they start to look dangerous. And Epan, for sure, that last 10-15 minutes in the first half was really grown into this game and composed.
Yeah, he's warming up April. He's warming up the corner there. Pedro back in the comments saying, I see Domino play bad CDM. I don't know who this Pedro is. April.
Agreed. Oh, I tell you what, Warren Beast, left foot volley over the crossbar. Pedro, get this man on commentary. Clearly knows ball. Clearly knows ball.
I think Pedro's one of the bots that April played. He does that now and again, just to try and wind
It's just my burner. It's literally just my burner.
Sitting and talking to you, typing things out. Fair play to you.
Good
That's
evening.
clever, I like it.
Good evening, R9. Good to see you, mate. Thanks for stopping by again. Tico Beast slides through. Epan, the danger man. I'll say it again. Vip, good defending. A very solid defender is that man. Early ball goes to the back sticks. Pinedo probably didn't even need to clear it. Keeps it alive, but Gonthial, tell you what, tracking back prime Wayne Rooney, wins it for his side. And again, Robin's caught in possession again, not having the best of times out there at the moment. And they've got players up here. Gonthial turns on it, big save from Brescia. It's up in the air, punches it. And Mookie completes the clearance. They've left 3 up again.
Here we go, April. Let's pinball wizard. I love this.
Vip does well. It needed to go there, and they're going to get something out of it as well. Yeah, why not? And I think for the win there again on the counter, I think they're sensing what a big game this is. Dominant back stick was on, good clearance in the end, and they're committing men to the cause. There's a look at 5 black shirts in that Fenerbahce penalty area, and they're not afraid to pull the trigger. And when they pull the trigger, it's either rebounding or saving or deflecting, and black shirts are there. Black shirts are everywhere. Domino, they're doing everything we're asking of teams for months and months now.
Not only that, April, but they're leaving people forward. They're leaving 3 versus 3 there. I just saw it there. Like,
yeah.
if Fenerbahce get any change out of those lofted balls through, it literally is a 3 versus 3 straight shot. And balls come through.
But so far, Domino, I'll tell you what, they've matched them 3 for 3 at the back. They've matched them. I'll tell you what, here we go. Oh,
yes, that's right. That's why it's in the game, Abel. That is why it's in the game. A perfect use of it, high IQ play. He's just trying to take him out. I saw that, Abel. That's well done.
Yeah, good professional foul. Berisha is a top goalkeeper. And yes, that should have been it. I do agree. Gonthial, you'd bet good money on that man scoring there. 15 goals this season in these top leagues. 10 assists to go with that as well. Expect better from the man with the green afro, but it remains goalless, not through lack of trying. Epan tries to move it on. Vip is there again. I tell you what, that is a centre-half who is not afraid to put his foot through the ball.
No, absolutely not, April. And I think they're just... Once they get to the front 3, I think the hold-up play has been lacking for each of the strikers here, where that stuff, April, bring their players into the game there, where it's just hell for leather up top. There is a couple of options here.
A bit frantic, isn't it? Gonthial looking to add a bit of class to this, but Tyro Ryan is there. I was going to say, gets his foot through it instead. Tico Beast does it, but Vip's there again. That back 3 plus Bruno for the win. I tell you what, Domino, they're second place. Deuce Liao with the feet goes for it. Oh, that's so close. That is so close. Had
Once it left Berisha and it went past the 8 ball, you expect the back of the next bulge. I'm surprised it didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know the stream is 720p? I do. A lot of these teams only stream in 720p, so there's not really much I can do about that. So I save the CPU is what I say.
Is our cases in 720p?
They are, yeah. We don't want them in 1080p. I'll tell you that for nothing. tell you that.
Say that free.
We've got 4K cameras. We just turn them down, and no one wants to see that. Fabian, 14 assists so far this season for the win Gaffer. And Domino, what I was saying about for the win, they're in second place currently. Good takedown from Robbins. They are 6 points behind league leaders Regnum with 2 games in hand. That could be a massive upset this season.
It's a huge upset this season. 8 Ball, again, rarely mentioning it, just quietly cooking 8 Ball in the background, sous chefing away until they've got here and they become the main event. Fair play to them. That's how I do it.
Pedro only watches in 1440p anyway. That's why we don't stream off Domino's computer.
Mine's dial-up internet, so I don't know what that is, but that's it.
Angelo into Juice Diao's feet, and here we go. Fabian slides it through. Good covering from Mookie. One of the best in the business is the centre half. And if one of the teams score here, Domino, which I genuinely think might be the case, it's going to be a smash and grab, because I don't think either side particularly deserves to lose this game. But also, have either side done enough to win? I mean, this second half, I'm definitely swaying more towards for the win. Gontiao, good block, clears it, does nice here. Finds that left flank, and I can't get it under his spell. Here is Epan, good work from him. Into Warren Beast, back sticks is on, they slide it through, here we go! Ryan, what a tackle from Angelo! Massive, that's as good as any goal, Domino.
Yeah, Abel, he's sitting up there, he's run over to the fans, because that's unbelievable. Fell to the man in form, Abel, not in this game.
It's not over yet.
Fell to that. Yeah, you do that as well.
Which one? Which one?
Both Abel. Both. I'll do a third one as well.
Angelo.
That is incredible.
Angelo, take a bow. Domino's watching on a microwave. LG Smart Fridge. Right, last throw of the dice for the win. Down the line it goes. Juice Liao, edge of the box. He's got time. Vip gives it to the main man. Barisha opts for the punch away.
One chance, Abel.
That is one chance. Distance. They can still chuck it in here.
One chance, Abel. They need to get a man free, and they need to get the ball in the box. They've given it to one of their centre halves to win it. It should be curtains, and it is curtains. 8 Ball. Points are shared. First 0-0 we've had for a while, 8 Ball. I'll tell you that though.
Yeah, don't get used to it. It was a good 0-0, but I mean, we'd like some goals. I mean, we were spoiled in the last game, so I can't say too much. But hey, I mean, second place. I think it's the first time we've got to see for the win in a very long time, Domino. So we can see what they're about, and they are a very, very good side. Unbeaten in their last 7, and second place in the league. I think a lot of sides around that kind of top 7, top 8 will be very happy with that result, both for Fener and for the win, just to kind of stop them getting 3 points, especially for the win. It's like we said, they could have went top. Could have went top if they win those 2 games in hand. Domino, last thoughts before we move on to the main event of the evening.
No, it's good, and to be fair, we've looked at for the win throughout each different season's 8 Ball, and we've seen how they've progressed. It's no surprise they're in that position, because they're a team off ball as 8 Ball, and I think Fenerbahce are finding their groove of old. They're going to be up there towards the end of the season, 8 Ball, and it's going to be exciting to see how that pans out. Right.
It is time for game number 4 of 5, and what an absolute belter this is. It is 4th place Empire taking on 6th place Team GMASK. However, Team GMASK 4 games in hand over top of the league and just 10 points behind. So technically it's in their hands. Chances of them winning 4 games in this league unanswered currently as things stand, because everyone's beating everyone.
Yeah. And that's how it is in this top league, Abel.
Yeah.
I'm even literally looking at the bottom, and you've got teams like Bonus Hunters there, Sue, GSK, Class 8 Ball. And that's if you pick a team in the 20th position lower. There's no easy games in this league. So winning 4 back-to-back is a hard position. As you said, you'd rather be Regnum with the points on the board than the cheat team with the games in hand.
And I tell you what, we've just put on the stream for the next game, and FG are beating Team GMASK 1-0 in the 92nd minute.
Wow.
And there it is. There's the full-time whistle as well. So Empire's team talk has effectively been done for them. It is very much a case of let's strike while the iron is hot. Let's add some misery onto this Team GMASK side, and yeah, just it's a good time to play them, I think. I mean, any time other than last season where they went a ridiculous amount of games winning in a row. This season has not gone all their way. We said they had 4 games in hand, 10 points behind the leaders. Well, there's a loss for them now. Whilst I'm sure other teams will also pick up some losses along the way, Empire, like I said, I think the team talk for this game is let's just go ahead and pile on the misery, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and Ryan, nice to see you in the chat, my friend. Nice to have you on the stream.
Was that the point? Was that it? You were just agreeing with me?
Oh no, I was just saying Ryan's on the chat.
Okay.
I was just saying hi to Ryan on the chat. Just
Empire. I say a newish signing in Hash PA. A very, very solid signing. A good introduction to this Empire side. 16 in his last 32 games. He is their top goal scorer this season. A Hash and Sentinel front 2 Domino. Now, we've seen the difference that Team GMASK have suffered since Rayo's shock retirement. Yasin's gone up front. We saw him last week. He got his goal, but I think for me anyway, and I'll kind of let you have your say as well, is for me, I don't think they necessarily missed Rayo up front. I don't think that was the reason. I think it's a combination of Yasin in centre midfield and Rayo up top. I don't think it's as simple as taking Rayo out of the side. I think they then got to kind of move things around. And the key of what we saw last season for Team GMASK was that they played the same 11 every bloody game.
What do we say week in and week out, 8 Ball, that wins you games, wins you tournaments, gets you to where you need to be in the league, and it's consistency over everything else. The consistently good things, it's a compound effect. The more consistently good things you do in small increments, pay off at the end. Similar to the bad things. If you harbour the bad things over and over again, systematically, you'll be down at the end. What GMASK done, 8 Ball, in that season needs to be studied, because same team, week in, week out, commitment, finding form, finding plays. They had so many different variations to hurt you, and they became unbeatable. It was like an area of invincibility that this team had. Rayo going away, it's not upset the core of the team, but 8 Ball, you look at any team that lose their star player, and he was their star player. On the pitch, you look at all the other 10, it doesn't affect you so much, but you look at that in the locker room, what you used to do behind the scenes, how they used to prey on him for his vital goals in games. 8 Ball, psychological factor, and I tell you, regardless if you've got 10 other players there, they would be missing either playing with Rayo or Rayo being on the team sheet. So it is massive for them.
How do you replace it?
Just really quickly, it's a partnership you didn't know you needed until it came up top, and now you know you need it in your life. I'm saying
two of the best strikers around, and I think 2 of the most underrated strikers around as well. I mean, they're constantly a pair who are hitting 20 plus, even 30 plus goals a season, and they very rarely kind of get a shout, which I think is criminal. But also, totally appreciate that there's a lot of world-class strikers around in this league, and I think Empire fall into that category of they've got the weapons to win this league for sure. They've got the weapons, and they've got the playing style, they've got the tactics, and they've got almost the facilities to win it. They just need to go and do it effectively. And I think by having these 2 strikers, you know what you're going to get week in, week out. You're going to get hard work, you're going to get goals, and you're going to get kind of assists via service from them. And if they can build the rest of that Empire team around them, I genuinely think they'll be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. And I do think a lot of that comes down to their 2 strikers in Hash PA and Sentinel. And to go out and find 2 world-class strikers like that, free on the market, I think is a massive, massive coup for this Empire side. Fair play to them.
Huge 8 Ball, and to be fair, we got the Empire goalkeeper in the chat, 8 Ball. Gordon Bank. Hoping you're in for a good game, mate. We'll be scrutinising you. These kits, 8 Ball, something to talk to you about them, I tell you.
Oh,
I tell you. Make it better for my eyes.
We're only in 720p apparently. It is Empire in, I'm going to say the grey kit, Domino. It's very grey, isn't it?
I think it's purple, isn't it? Is it purpley? It's more purple than grey.
It's grey on my screen. I mean, it doesn't matter at the moment because we're not going anywhere. But it is Team GMASK. Here we go, sliding through Christitos, which is, yeah, very confusing player to be put through one-on-one, but Shisui Shiki comes back and pops it out for a corner. Despite the lag, we are back in. We are rolling near post. Guillem, we know it is a danger in front of goal. I think it's different on everyone's screen, Pedro, is basically what we're saying here, because on my screen it's 100% grey. Here is Sentinel, one of the two danger men for this Empire side. Is Empire in the kit of different colours, but we know what the Man City kit is. Light blue.
If anyone is again in the comments at English, it's like that dress that's either gold or blue or whatever it was.
Absco, edge of the box is on, headed down by Boston, gives it to Sentinel, who doesn't strike it first time. Wembanyama is literally went absolutely miles diving for that. It was blocked, of course. But yeah, good feet from Sentinel. Sent a couple of men for a Twix there. Got the shot off eventually. Headed down by Boster, of course. Here is the aforementioned Boster. Good feet from him again. Loses his man. Loses him once more, but it's Joan Lukaku. He'll find you eventually. Yasin.
He will, April.
Backy gets in the way. Sorry. Chris Durrell gets in the way. Backy picks it up again. HB 10 out to Boster, looking to take on the Team GMASK gaffer once more. Gets a bit more change out of him this time, but Christos comes away with the ball. Here we go, Wembanyama, aka Jairo. He got double teamed there, Domino. He got double teamed. I mean, we talk about strike forces all the time, Domino, and by them not having Rayo to worry about as well, it does mean that centre backs can focus more on Wembanyama. So I think even he must be hating not having Rayo there for that reason.
Exactly. When you've got two absolute problems to worry about, Abel, you've got to split the difference. And when you've got, right, okay, we can shadow one. Not saying that the strike partner Abel is not any good. I'm just saying, oh mate, and this is what I missed GMASK and what I missed last game is Ladis on the ball, Abel. The guy plays with such freedom that I love to watch. Love to watch it.
Good switch play. Finds HBA for his first touches of the game. Down the line it goes. In behind Valdi. Not a chance. Very few players do. Completes the clearance. Goes long. Shisui Shiki's had a fantastic start to the game.
When you ever say that he's... I don't think I've ever seen him had a bad game. Again, consistency. Constant 7 or above 8. One
of the best in the business by far. Savinho. What a ball that is. Hello. HPA makes no bones about it. And Domino, that assist needed a finish, and boy did he give him one. Wow.
I'm not... Okay, I'm just going to quickly stop you there. It's actually not related, but I've just seen HPA's guy, and it looks so similar to him in real life. That is very, very well done. Fair play to HPA.
That is Junior. Oh, whilst Domino was fangirling over HPA, Ladis Jr.
It looks exactly like him. That's exactly how HPA looks. Fair play.
Savinho, we need to take a bow because that is probably the ball of the season. HPA. I mean, we spoke about him before this game, and here we go. Turns provider, and it's Sentinel's turn. Finds the back of the net. Empire. I mean, I'm happy this is happening to a certain extent because it's making us look like we know what we're talking about. But from a Team GMASK point of view, there's not really too much you can do, Domino, because it's just two strokes of absolute genius followed by two world-class finishes.
April, you cut the centre halves are world-class, top tier, walk-in 20 team, same as Wackman Striker's back, April. If you're getting past them and scoring goals, it needs to be off a class that's, again, elite tier, and that's what it's been. Empire here, April, just looking fantastic, and I'll wait till it's going half time.
They're not finished.
Yeah, I'll have a point to make at half time here, April, but it's just fantastic.
There might be 3 or 4 more goals before then, Domino, so if you need to make a point, but I'd do it fast because here come Empire again. Boster cuts back. I mean, we've seen Empire in the past, they don't know game management. They don't want to know game management. They want to know putting the game to bed by scoring 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 goals. Just because they're playing Team GMASK, I genuinely don't think they're going to let up here. They're certainly not looking like they're going to be doing it, because here it is, 3v2. Savinho, what magic has he got this time? Guto clears it. Backy, everything is just coming back at this back line. Valdi cleared eventually by Raven, but it's going to come straight back at them. Savinho, what a ball that is. Bostu's having just the freedom of the Etihad at the moment. Joan Lukaku can't keep it in. Even he's being penned back. Sentinel takes it down on the byline. He's not going to get any change out of it. But I mean, Empire Domino are they're staking their claim here. They're putting a pin in the ground. They're flagging the ground. They're letting us know what they are turned up for here. And at the moment, Team GMASK are, to be honest, just shell shocked. I think. Ooh. Chance for redemption.
Chance redemption at April.
R9 says 5-1. There's the shot. Big save from Gordon Banks. We know he's in the chat. Can he do it again? No, he cannot, because it's Yasin. And again, Domino, he scores on stream in the absence of Rayo, staking a claim for that striker position and halves the deficit. 2-1 to Empire.
Yeah, made himself available, April. And when he's available, can you put the ball in the back of the net? And it's no discredit to Yasin. It was just that massive boots up top. Those size 15s to fill April. And I tell you what, he's making it look good, April up there.
2 goals and 2 on stream for, I don't want to say makeshift striker, because he's a very good player. I think originally we used to see him right wing when we very first started. Yeah. But yeah, big save from Gordon Banks originally, but Yasin was there to put it away. Still had a lot to do, so good finish from that man. But this is Empire. This is Empire in a nutshell, Domino. They could have shut up shop, and that's going to turn into a world-class ball. And here he is, Wembanyama, near post.
Oh,
game on. What a finish that is. And we've seen some big finishes tonight. That might be up there as the best one. But more importantly, it's drawn GMASK level from the absolute depths.
April, we're not only seeing big finishes. You told me the first goal for Hash ball of the season, April. GMASK had listened to that stream and they said, well, hold my beer, son. Because they've just put that unbelievable. I don't know who played it, April. I need to go back and look at that. But the ball towards Yasin there was clinical. April, how was it at half time? Let the game carry on. We don't need these 45 seconds.
I mean, we just saw a very good 0-0. And it was good. I much prefer it when it's 2-2 at half time, though, when we get 4 world-class goals. World-class. It's just so good to watch, and long may it continue. I mean, every single VPG Esports Premier game deserves to be like this, end-to-end stuff. Team GMASK, out of nowhere, we were half right in their obituary, or at least I was. I won't lump you in with me, Domino, but we were talking about Empire. You know, they've put sides away in the past, on the stream as well, and some very good sides. I genuinely thought, and they're probably not done with the scoring just yet, or at least giving it a bloody good go. But is that a case of game management? We said in comms they don't really do game management, which is easy to reflect on now. Or do you think they're not fussed? They're going to fight fire with fire regardless, and to be honest, it's not really going to change that much. They're still going to do what they were going to do anyway, Domino.
Yeah, I don't think it's poor game management for them. I'd look at both goals. Were there flaws in there, leaving players unmarked? Yes. But other than that, April, they didn't give ball away in silly areas. It's not like they've lost concentration anywhere. GMASK just changed from 2nd gear to 5th gear all of a sudden, April. And with teams like that, they're able to do that in the click of the fingers. Oh my Sentinel.
Wow. I don't know how to do either of those things. Take it past a man, or take the ball under control. Ball down the line to the goal scorer, Wembanyama. One of 4 goal scorers, Wembanyama. Christitos into the gaffer, Joan Lukaku. Yasin looking for that first time pass was Wembanyama. Will get kept in. Sentinel does well, and that's the good thing I like about these two.
Oh my,
forwards.
another ball.
No, he's not offside. I mean, the linesman had his flag up. I don't know why, but half a chance for Hash PA's high standards. And yeah, Domino, the workforce between these two. Sentinel, look how deep he's dropping, and then Hash PA just goes and occupies the last man. I'm not sure if they've played together before. Something tells me they have, but they're creating a strike partnership, which sometimes you just get that understanding between the two, and they both understand each other's games really well, and it's really rare because both of them are such workhorses. Normally get one workhorse, Ladis Jr. as well. Normally get one workhorse and one just sits on the back line, but both of them work very hard. Both of them get goals. It's good to watch, and it's something we flagged at the beginning of this game, and Empire just reaping the rewards for making such two astute signings.
Yeah, absolutely, April. They've been on fire, not only this game, this season. It's just looked like we've got into a little bit more of a less chaotic flow, and I don't know who that favours more, April. I think it might favour GMASK more. There's a ball clipped across there, great header out. But it's Empire starting the half, how they started the first half, April, and another great ball. Lads there again, April, and it's just coming back at them at waves and really trapping them in here. Is that in fact? It is. Free kick to Empire.
Pedro says they need to put the subs on. If only, we would love subs in pro clubs. Although I'm not sure how I'd feel about sitting on the bench.
Or just reconnect, either one, April. Just something.
Yeah, we'll take either. Here we go then, from 30 yards. He's going to go for it. Oh, wow. Wow, like a Pepsi advert, that's just come off the bar straight back to the free kick taker. And yeah, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
was almost
here
equal
he is.
to it. Ladis Jr. into the box. Looking for the striker's feet after beating the man with that ball roll. Team GMASK do well to recycle that, but yeah, do you know what? I don't even know who it was because I wasn't expecting a free kick from 35 yards, but yeah, I stand corrected. Expect the unexpected is what we've said tonight, and that's certainly coming to fruition. PA drops it off to Boster. First time ball.
Idea. Poor execution, but a really good idea. It was just lurking, April, between the two centre halves there, and if the ball was, it needed to be either needle
on. Yeah, it needs to be bang on, didn't it? Ladis Jr. takes it down nicely. Always a danger on these flanks. Joan Lukaku looking for striker's feet. Dubronx intercepts. Here is Absco. Quite a game by his massively high standards as well. We're looking to contribute a bit more towards the back end. He's got 20 minutes to do so, but here's Krasitos, gives it to Wembyama, looking for his gaffer, who we know loves a goal, but Shisui Shiki's there as per usual, and the two strikers looking to just cause a bit of mischief. Does not happen. Guto goes long. Absco, good defensive work from him. Here is Raven to Ladis Jr. Absco there again. And whilst he's not got forward much, I mean, yeah, he's just switched off there, hasn't he? Here is Ladis Jr. Cannot switch off against him. Raven swings into the back post, bit of space, headed down. Wembyama. Oh, I tell you what, Domino, that was goal bound. That was goal bound.
Was travelling
along the floor. Chris Rendell to Wembyama. Plays it 1-2 off of his opposite number. Yeah, Ladis Jr. flipped that straight through. There he is, Domino. Shisui.
I like the guy, mate. I'm not going to lie. He's just what happened there?
Shisui Shiki versus Ladis Jr. Domino. You don't know who to pick.
No, that's a battle, April. And I'd watch that all day. I'm not going to lie. Then it would be 50-50 at the end of the day.
HB heads it down to Absco. Turning back, he's had a solid game. To Dubronx, I think that was for striker's feet, but Savino says, I'll take it, because did you not see that through ball earlier in the game? Gets it back off his centre-back, and good turn by Boster, who, big shout for man of the match. He's been very industrious over on that far side. Yasin holds it up nicely. His strike partner, good
feet.
We go. Wembyama needs to take on 2, maybe 3 if he wants to get something from this. He says, no problem whatsoever. Edge of the box is on with Raven. Looking for striker's feet. He says, I'll do it myself. HB is there. Clears it off Chris Rendell, and he will get a throw in. Both sides probing Domino.
Yasin again,
yeah, good feet from him. Good feet. And this is what I mean. They do miss that in the centre midfield. He can get things ticking from deep, and they need to clone him. They need to clone him. HPA has
got the legs,
very, very, very nearly slid in his strike partner. Guillem takes it down nicely, back towards goal, which means, yeah, I was going to say the 90-yard clearance was coming, but it was blocked. Ryan says, good game. It's a bloody good game. We've not had the goals in the second half, but we were spoiled in the first half, so I'll allow it. Maybe a sting in the tail for one of these two sides. I think if either one of these sides lost this game now, Domino, especially maybe this Empire side. Sentinel, edge of the box, just behind the 2 on-rushing players in purpley, brown, grey. You name it, they're playing it.
Yeah, fair. And I tell you what, picking up the ball in some really good positions there, April. Picking up the ball in some fantastic positions. Yes, it is.
It was Sabinho, confirmation of his booking. Yasin, it was the man looking to get away on the counter-attack for Team GMASK. Raven, Shisui Shiki there, but loses out to Christitos. This is not the time or the place for this to do this right now. Come on, Valdi, dig deep. I mean, we really shouldn't be on the team that's playing away from home stream. I didn't really think that one through, did I? We don't seem to be going anywhere, which is not great. There it is.
Super speed.
We're not going to miss anything either. Christitos, edge of the box. Tony Baki is in there. Raven wins it higher. Back to Christitos. Dubronx this time. They're taking it in turns. Those 3 centre-backs and the CDM to dispossess those front players of Team GMAS. Here we go. 2v2 though.
Last
and
chance.
it is their 2 danger players with men arriving late. Sentinel, just about gets it to HBA. Christitos, and it's put away by HB10. What a finish that is, and what a finish to the game. 3-2 to Empire, and
It's got to go, and they didn't do it.
He stayed on side. Oh my god, he's hit. Sentinel's knocked it past him. It's gonna be a finish. It's gotta be a finish. There it is, the cherry on top. It is 4-2 to Empire, and do you know what, Dominic? I'll say what I was trying to finish. This thing just happens too quick. Christitos was the man on the edge of the box for Team GMAS trying to make something happen, and it was him who got all the way back, 90-yard sprint all the way to his opposite box just to concede that goal. And it was, HB, who puts it away. Emphatic finish. We're getting highlights now as well. Big fan of this. Big fan of this. And Dominic, it's got to go down as one of the best games of the season.
Oh my god, April, we covered so many games. So many games. We can do all of them.
Why not? Why not? And they checking to see offside because I'm sorry, boys. You're clutching at straws here. Yeah, and look, it was him who made the block and it just falls to HB.
It. Look him shift out to right foot, April. Shifted the right foot expertly.
Crazy finish to the game, and that's all. We need to move on, Dominic. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. Which, to be fair, I wouldn't mind too much. But there's just the small issue of this massive game that's coming up now. And let me put the league table up. Let me just get everything where it needs to be. Right, I'll try and give you the background here. Class won earlier on, so it puts them on 61 points. Heritage won earlier, so it puts them on 55. So it means a 6-point gap, but Heritage have got 2 games in hand. If Heritage win this game, this is Class's last game of the season. It leaves Class on 61 points and puts Heritage on 58. That means they need to win and draw one of their last 2 games, which are both played next season. They're both played tomorrow, but they are against Engine and Black Sheep. So if they think they can get 4+ points from that, then they'll be laughing. If Class win this game, it puts them on 64 points, which means Heritage cannot catch them regardless of their 2 wins. So Class win, they win the league. It's their last game of the season. If Heritage win, it goes into tomorrow and it's all in their hands. Literally everything in their hands.
If they draw this game, April...
Why would you say that, Domino? Why would you say
I know, I'm just saying, if they're drawing the game now,
yeah,
it still makes... It's a Class win, isn't it?
So 62 points for Class and 53 plus 2. Yeah, they win it by a point.
Yeah.
So our Class gonna rock up with a draw in mind.
Class have got again, April, my mentality is different to your mate. I've been like, right, long, hard season, boys. It is a win or a draw here. I would make my side vigilant in defence, not switching off. I would make the process of not conceding the goal more than scoring a goal. But that's the mindset I would have going for Team I know you're a little bit different.
They're just finishing a game here, so we've not missed any of the action, which was my initial fear, so that's great. Right, let me just check the chat, because the French team nightmare. I mean, Gordon Banks, fair play, because that was a game. That was a game and a half.
That was game.
Pedro says, hope Class lose 4-0. Fair play. We've got a Class hater in here. Fair play, fair play. Dominic, just going back to kind of how you would set up. And just to let the boys and girls know at home that Domino is the biggest ambassador of the Jose Mourinho style win at all costs type of pro clubs 11s. Now, I'm not saying Class do that because they don't. However, Class are, other than maybe One Mind, the team I trust most to win 1-0.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
We saw it in the first game tonight. They just know how to get stuff done. We saw them score in the last literal kick of the game on Thursday, was it? When the goalkeeper had just like lagged out or whatever happened. And then tonight, someone was off the pitch getting a drink, and Leo was stood in a massively offside position, but not offside. And put his team 1-0 up against FG, former champions. So they're a side who just know how to win effectively, and I think that is going to be what Heritage need to look out for most tonight. Is they need a fast start, they need a good start, and they need to put the pressure back on Class. They need to make Class do something. They can't let Class win this 1-0 effectively. So
yeah,
how that looks in a team talk, I don't know. But effectively, and we've seen Heritage start games so quickly and so well. But effectively, it's get an early goal and make Class do something effectively.
Well, I think that's got to be the plan for Heritage. Heritage have got to play this game as a cup final. You win this, you've got a massive chance to win the league, and Class effectively have to just wait on your move, and I'd rather it be in my hands at the minute. In this situation, obviously, there's no point to say who'd you favour. You'd rather be Class 8 ball. You win this game, you win the league. If Heritage win this game, it's another task down, but they've got a job to do next week. It's a massive game in the stakes of this season.
Just to be clear, it is tomorrow. That was my fault earlier on. They've got their two other games tomorrow. One against Engine.
2 other games tomorrow.
And then I think the Black Sheep game, Domino, which if they beat Engine, let's start here. If they beat Class, it goes to tomorrow, whether anyone likes it or not.
Yeah.
If they then draw against or beat Engine, it goes down to that last game of the season against a very dangerous Black Sheep side. Now, that is also at 9:45. So, I'm not suggesting we do 2 bumper editions, but going to bed after 4 games and then leaving that one off stream may hurt a little bit. So if results go a certain way, I'm not committing to it. Oh well, we'll be there.
Most likely,
We'll be there. We're gonna do it. One more game.
Yeah, most likely it genuinely will happen.
We'll be there. We're not missing that. We are not missing that. Right, let's I'm just waiting for a stream for these two because the Class streamer is putting sunglasses and tattoos on his neck, so quite clearly they are waiting for Heritage. The Heritage stream though, because they're not technically being broadcast tonight, so we don't actually have their stream to hand. I can't remember who their Hutch maybe. There he is. I got them in the locker. They're ready and waiting, Domino. We'll go with Hutch. I think we've got better luck with Twitch. Both of them are 720p though. Apologies, Pedro. Don't shoot me. Yeah, and we can confirm. We will take this league table down now. We can confirm Heritage. There they are. Mostly ready. We can get a look at their team sheet as well. I mean, we saw Class's team sheet. Here it is. If you need to remember that front three. Invezi, Leo, who got the winning goal in that first game, which seems like a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And of course, their talisman, Doyle. oil up front. And to be fair, if you're ever going to match fire with fire, the front three for Heritage is Don Usal, Harry Newman, and that man Teagues. 32 goals this season, 20 assists. He's having a Lionel Messi type season, that man. The top level in the UK, the top level in Europe, and he is getting over 50 goal contributions. Is crazy. It is crazy.
Yeah, Teagues has been a real catalyst in this team, April. I said the positivity is coming through him, but he needs, when you've got a main star like that, April, it sounds bad as it is, you need a great backing dancer or you need a great band behind you. And Heritage play to Teagues' strength. You pick Teagues up, you put him in the other team. Will he do well? Yes. Will he get that kind of numbers? No. The team knows their strength and they play around Teagues and they contribute to it. I think that's probably the best thing I can say about Heritage and the season Teagues are having, because they're working as a team to feed that man.
I mean, bang on cue, Teagues has turned up in the chat. Like, we don't normally say nice things about him. It's just we saw him in the chat, obviously. He reckons it goes to goal difference. I mean, I'm trying to do mental maths whilst on stream, so there is every chance my maths doesn't maths. But I mean, I'm willing to take your word for it. I guess that does make sense. If you are 2 games behind, you both draw, and then you've got 2 games. Yeah, I think he is right, Domino. To be fair, he's the gaffer of a team who is gunning for a title. He probably knows what's going on. So apologies for that. It does go down to goal difference, and I've got the league table up there. So they did beat the Dregs 2-0, so that puts them on plus 27, and that puts Classes 1-0 from earlier on plus 28. So yeah,
huge, Abel. It's a huge game. This is a cup final. I don't care what anyone says. This is a cup final here.
I'm not sure if you can see it on the screen, but Don Unsal's put in the chat up the Heritage Pro Clubs Weekly. It's just gonna be a massive game. It truly is, and it's why we're waiting around. You know, we don't just pimp ourselves out to anyone, guys. It's not usually we kind of do, but we don't want to get a reputation. But there's absolutely no way we're missing this game. It's huge. It's Heritage taking on Class. I mean, Class was so close last season in the UK Premier. They're front runners this time. Technically, it's in their hands. A win here does it for them. Yeah, I think Heritage, whatever happens, I think for Heritage, as long as Class don't win 1-0, I think the rest of it is just whatever.
Yeah, Teagues. I'm gonna comment on you directly, because the last 3 statements says if we draw, a draw. I want to get that out of your head, Teagues. We don't need to draw here. You need to go for a win. Get that draw mentality out, my friend. You need that. You need that W, and I'm sure that's what you're gunning for. And you're just correcting April on his maths. So I do understand that. Yeah, April's maths is not great.
Shout out to Mrs. Hogan, my old maths teacher. She would be so unhappy with me right now.
Is that another WWE reference?
No, I wish it was. Yeah. It wasn't Hulk Hogan's wife, though, unfortunately for me. We did lose the stream there, as you can see. Not sure what happened, but thanks for correcting us, because we would have looked awfully foolish at full time saying that Class had done the business and won the league, and then tomorrow possibly having to announce that actually Heritage won the league. So thank you very much for that.
Look at that. There's more confidence in the chat. That's what I like to see.
And I tell you what, Domino, that does take out the possibility of Class hanging on or purposely trying to draw, because that does leave it in Heritage's hands. So a Class win here puts it all to bed, puts us to bed early on tomorrow night.
Is that more of a mentality shift then? I know, obviously, I mean, to be fair, there's a sliding there at the Class team Teagues, naughty. However, would Heritage be more? I'm trying to ignore that Teagues is actually in the chat and listening to me here, but does it in more hands of Heritage kind of sacrificing that self to get a draw, to know they get another bite of a cherry tomorrow, or is it 3 points or nothing?
I think if they had kind of fixtures, but the problem is there's no easy games in these leagues. However, there are defaults sometimes, so that would have been a nice a way to get a guaranteed 3 points. However, Engine and Black Sheep tomorrow it's massive, and I think some of the Class boys, should things not go their way tonight, I imagine they'll be in the chat tomorrow praying for the downfall. And let's not forget, boys and girls, for those of you who don't know, Teagues is X-Class.
Just to spice it up a little bit. Just, you know what I mean? A little bit out.
As if it needed any more.
Yeah.
So, I was going to say the latest we've ever been on, Domino. I mean, oh, for God. I mean, it might well be the latest we're going to be on. Might well be the latest. I was going to suggest this is the latest we've been on, but we did do that Wednesday stream a few months ago where we finished at 1:30 in the morning. It's not for me. I mean, we might well end up there this time because EA is struggling tonight. We are on board with Hutch tonight over in the Heritage Camp. CDM co-manager, one of the two, stepped up into a managerial role this season. Massive season for Hutch. Very good player.
And Class will always be there or thereabouts, April. They've done it season over season. A very, very well organised team on the pitch. Yeah. And probably off the pitch.
One loss in the last 8 before tonight. Heritage did lose to FG last Monday, and that is the blip that you can see here in that form table.
Who's
FG, that? Heritage.
Okay.
So FG doing a bit of damage to Heritage's title run there, which Class will not mind about. But yeah, also big shout out to Harry Newman, Teagues' strike partner, 19 goals for him as well. So 2 strikers bang in form, and yeah, 2 teams whose front three just love goals basically, Domino. So expecting a 0-0 here.
Exactly, mate. A really, really well contested 0-0. That's what we're up for.
Yeah, unbeaten in 7 now for Class with that win at FG earlier this evening. It is their second run on stream tonight. It is the 5th of 5 games as and when we eventually get to it. Technically we are 7 minutes late, imagine that. And the reason for the kind of late game, I guess, because we don't normally schedule games this late in the VPG UK, is it was a rescheduled game. So yeah, we fit them in where we can, and they thought.
And we didn't pay anyone for this to happen. We didn't have any mindset. We'd be like, right, reschedule the game.
This tends to happen quite a lot, actually, to be fair. I think Mr. Delosa, he knows what he's doing. Often towards the business end of the season, we've got some absolute barnstormers for the title, and today and maybe tomorrow is absolutely no different, and they are absolutely teasing us here. I need to find out what's going on, because I mean, I've got 10-15 more minutes left in me, Domino, before I start slurring my words, because it's Monday, guys. It's been a long old day.
Yeah, we'll get into the business end. I think, obviously, flagging at the minute. But as soon as this game goes live, April, it's like a shot of an adrenaline.
What are we actually going to do with ourselves next week because the VPG UK Premier finishes tomorrow, which means there's actually no game on Thursday. We're not streaming on Thursday, so that doesn't matter too much. But Monday and Tuesday next week, we've got spaces to fill, Domino. I'm saying reschedule some of those games.
I know, April, but again, that is future Dom and April's problem. I don't really like future Dom or April, if I'm honest. That's their issues.
I don't like past April and Dom, to be fair. They suck.
Presents may be okay.
Yeah, presents, we're alright. We'll get by. Right, I think this is the furthest we've got so far. Class have gone for their usual long-time viewers will know, the home Malaga kit, blue and white. I've actually been to a Malaga game before, Domino.
Have you?
Yeah. Who was playing? Someone half decent. It was before they got bought out, so it was before they were actually.
Was it Deportivo La Coruña that no one will know?
No, they were playing Valencia actually when they were actually really good. So it was a good game, to be fair. But Malaga,
the Benitez era.
I think when it was. was. I mean, yeah, we're going back now. Some years. I won't tell you how many, because you'll never believe me, don't know. You'll never believe me.
Text in the chat as well, Opal.
Oh, here we go. Tex, I saw Tex playing centre half. That can't be right, can it? One of the best CDMs around, dropping back into centre back. I mean, we didn't get the team sheets for tonight because our technology won't allow us to have more than 4 team sheets. We've got 5 games tonight, but we'll be able to scout it out. To be fair, give us a sec. If class have an attack, Domino, Teague suggested in the chat they like a draw. Let's find out. Class Doyle. Alex track back, goes all the way through to, I think it's Zinni in goal tonight. Should be Zinni in goal. Goes long to that left-hand side. There is Teagues. Heads it back to Nickelback. Sprays it out to that far side. Aloe. Sammy into Alex's feet. Runner down the line. Chooses not to use him. Cuts back. Good bit of possession. Early doors for Heritage. Just settling some nerves here.
Yeah, that's good, April. That was a risky, it was a 50-50 pass. He thought about it. It was like, do you know what? I'd rather hang on to the ball a little bit longer, give the boys a touch of it, and starve them off the ball. And it's a good tactic here by Heritage. Again, just knocking it nicely. Again, they got to that position. They did decide to risk it there, but I do like when they're knocking it back to front. But it comes through to Class Doyle.
Good work.
And it is swept up quite nicely there, April.
Good work from Texie. And he is the centre of the 3 centre-backs, Sammy and Mickelback either side of him, so a plethora of wealth of experience either side of Texie there. And yeah, I think this is a good rivalry, Domino. I've not seen too much biting like sometimes we see, so I think it's a good spirited rivalry.
Yeah.
But let's not forget the talisman for Heritage, their top goal scorer, their top assister, Teagues, former Class player, moved from Class to Heritage, and now Heritage looking to take this trophy from the current league leaders. It's their last game of the season for Class. If they win this, it is game over. Heritage cannot catch them. They know that. Everyone knows that. And that's why these stakes are so high. A draw takes us into the final games next stream, which is tomorrow. But it's all Heritage. It will be 2 Heritage games, and that's it. No one else to play. Leo, goal scorer in the last game, pirouettes his way through, gives it to their talisman, Glassdoor, and Gaffer cuts back. Sends a man for a Twix, swings it into the back post, headed down by Migan. Hutch there, the cameraman clears it. Big win by Vipers, all the way to Mickelback. Again, experience there. Good head on his shoulders and good clearance on his boot. Brooksy. Centre circle for Class. 20 minutes gone. Love you to William. Happy just to keep the ball, a bit like what Heritage have been doing in this first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
this is how I expected the FG game to go, Domino.
Right, okay, well yeah, because this is very much, there's 1 or 2 touches more in defence than the normal spectator like, but it's completely understandable with, again, the stakes so high here. So
high. Like I'm nervous watching it.
Yeah.
I love business end. Love business end of the season. Yeah, I'd much rather be up here for sure.
Yeah,
Not that I'd get anywhere near these teams, but if they needed a marquee signing, just saying. I can't play another VPG game, don't I? I'd ruin my ratio.
Yeah, your ratio is really good at the minute, April, so yeah,
that might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
It's the only thing I've ever said to you.
Texie slots it
Great
through
pass,
nicely
Abel.
to Alex. Yeah, fortune favours the brave, and
I like the Abel because that's intent there. Instead of the one side to side, that's intent. And sometimes you need tempo makers in your team like that to be right. That ball's going through. You're gonna have to do something with it. Here we go.
Yeah.
And the tempo has quickened up here. Just
Here we
lose
go.
the ball,
Leo
Abel.
definitely onside. We know that man can stay onside. Texie, though. I mean, to be fair, he said as a joke. I assume it's a joke. Give me man of the match. I mean, there's no better player on the park right now than him, so fair play. Man of the match for the first 30 minutes, for sure. Goes long. Keeper now decides to come. Smitty is. Keeps his place in goal from 8 o'clock. Seems like a long time ago now, mainly because it
Just seems like a long time ago, April.
Teagues playing very deep today. again, with it being his former club, maybe looking to prove a point. I don't know.
Yeah, see, sometimes that's playing the occasion 8-ball, and he knows what he's doing, so I'm not going to talk to him about what he should or shouldn't do. But sometimes that is playing the occasion where you want to pick up the ball, you want to be the catalyst, you want to be the man, when really, stick to your game, stick to what got you at the dance, and you're here for a reason. Like, carry on playing that.
And
let's not play the
Sal
occasion.
is there for a reason as well.
What a ball, that is.
Used him a lot. Here
That's
we
a header
go.
on
There's
it.
Yalcoa. Big stop from Smitty. Just about gets it out of danger. I mean, Invezi comes back. A rare touch for him. Invezi and Don Unsal, probably the two players who've touched the ball the least. The two cams. And two players
you can see, and that's the only reason why we really have one shot on goal 8-ball in this whole time.
Yeah, point and case. Point and case. Two very cagey performances. Defences on top so far, but that first chance has fallen to Heritage. Smitty equal to it. Leo, good turn from him, holds it up nicely. Lemieux holds on to it, comes all the way back. 5 minutes till half time. Either side find a goal now. That would be a real sucker punch just before half time. Invezi into striker's feet. Klaas Doyle skips past one, can't do it a second time, and Alex, good industrious performance from him so far. Looks like he's playing in that centre midfield. Viper, who we said pops up with an important goal, maybe an important assist. Invezi. That's where they don't want it, Domino. That is where they don't want it pinballing in their own box, because they've got players like Leo, like Doyle, like Invezi, who can, oh my God, Teague slides it through to his strike partner, Harry Newman, playing the highest of the two. Good feed, but I tell you what, William followed him the whole way through and also gets his side up the pitch because it is a goal kick. Fantastic defending, but Harry Newman there, alert, and a great ball from Teagues.
Yeah, great pass from Teagues, but 8-ball, that's that class defence, and here's that class attack. 8-ball, fantastic.
Wow, Allaho does fantastically well, and bang on cue.
And Allaho used to be part of thing, didn't they, as well? Allaho was a former...
Don't quote me on that. I mean, you guys will know in the chat, so let us know. Allaho.
He's put it somewhere in the chat. That's why I thought it was him and Allaho.
To be fair, I thought that was good knowledge from you, Domino.
Yeah, I ain't got that in the lock, I ain't got that in the lock.
Not that I was
going
to
call
you out on stream, but
I ain't got that in the lock.
The cogs were going. Right, Domino, let's talk about the game, because we've got 28 real-life seconds. Talk to me, go.
Right, I think it's very much a 50-50 game. To be fair, if you ask me who's on top there, I couldn't tell you. Heritage playing some excellent football, got a really good chance there. Class, though, in my opinion, look comfortable defending. They look comfortable going back. Their transitioning's a little bit too slow. I think Class at the minute, 8-ball, I mean, you can tell me I'm wrong, definitely. They just don't have that fire at the minute. That when they're going forward, the progressive pass there, and they just go one side to side. It's a very much take this to the depth and see if we can get something like the FG game that they played in. Take it to the depth and we can turn Gear 1 into Gear 5. But Heritage, in my opinion, are the team out here looking, I wouldn't say more likely to get the goal, the team that wants to score the most.
Like I said in the intro to this game, if there's any side I trust to get a 1-0 win, it's Class. Other than VLG 1 mine, or Focus 1 mine as I now call it. They're two sides who do a 1-0 win very well. Read into that what you will, but it's one of the main reasons why they are top of the league, because I don't want to play against Class. Not many do want to play against Class, and I think, again, I said it at 8 o'clock and I'll say it again now, it's one of the best compliments you can pay to a team as a neutral, is that no one wants to play against you.
Yeah, exactly that. They've just got that error about them, 8-ball. When they go up, when you're trying to break them down, they do everything right. Even there, it's just the positioning of the team, and they can hit one on counter attack. He is offside, 8-ball. No flag. Odd.
I think Invezi did the right thing there by playing it first time, but sometimes FIFA just, it locks on the player and it doesn't let you get your foot through it effectively. Teagues, edge of the box, Agard's in there. Hutch is going to keep the ball alive. He does with Yalcoa. Gets to the byline.
Very clever, Abel. Very clever. Just no one reading that.
I think the defender might guys totally, just take a bit of pressure off it, and good win from Klaas Doyle, of course. A second win from Klaas Doyle, of course. Maybe get a third? Kinda.
We'll give him it.
Yeah. It's not up to stats, but it works for us. Edge of the box, Leo goal scorer in the last game. He's found the back of the net near post. He's done it again. Busts out the gritty. This time he did not need a player off the pitch to do it. It's a huge finish. And I tell you what, Domino, I keep going back to these class signings. They sign good players only and players who can win you games.
Again, class door with the flick-ons. It's recycled to him. And I'm honest, 8-Ball, I didn't even know who was the assist there because he had it all to do. It was a simple ball to his feet. And he ran down the back, a couple of step overs, cut inside, gave the keeper the eyes, and put it to that top left-hand corner 8-Ball. It is a massive goal in this season. Can it be curtains? Teagues has a shot there. Can he get something through? And as you said, 8-Ball, you're trusting a team that have tried and tested in the 1-0 methodology. Are they still going to keep it there?
They wrote the book on it. One mind signed it off. 1-0 it is to class. 27 minutes remaining. I mean, Heritage had a really good spell there on the edge of the box, venturing into the box a few times as well. I mean, Harry Newman does really well to get his side a throw-in higher up the pitch than when the clearance first came in, but they're going to be looking at that top left-hand corner now for the next 25 minutes. Yeah, to be fair, if there's a side back to get a goal, it's Heritage, especially this season. The form they've been in, this man, the front three, even this man, we've seen him score a hat-trick on stream from centre-back before. That's the type of heroics that Heritage need right now, because right now their dreams of silverware
Pinball isn't here, 8-Ball.
are hanging by a thread. Yelkoa picked up by Sammy. Alex slides it through nicely to Alhoa, beats his man, comes back for more, gets to the byline, stays in. Here it is, Yelkoa headed down, there it is! It's Teagues, of course it's Teagues. No celebration for him, grabs the ball, and the manager, he's going to celebrate for him. Technically kind of is Teagues, but I tell you what, lesser men, Domino, would have busted Gritty out there.
Whether they got Gritty 8-Ball, so they would have busted the Gritty out. They did not Gritty. But what I told you about earlier, 8-Ball, about having the supporting cast around you that are world class.
Eternal Viper, back post is on, headed down, just didn't fall.
He doesn't.
Oh, Zinni, what are you doing?
It does it where he doesn't pick it up. It does it where he wants to go the ball and he just toe punts it into someone's shin. And
they go long. This game has got drama written all over it, and I feel like it's not finished. Harry Newman dispossessed. William just about stabs it clear, but Hutch does well. Just gonna catch my breath. Alex had a good game into Newman's feet. Edge of the box is the Don. Comes back to Hutch. They know a draw here isn't the worst result in the world for either side, to be fair, but it does place it all back into Heritage's hands. Alaho swings it in. This is where they got joy last time. Teagues is there. Oh, it's inches. It's inches. And
I tell you what, it's the defending 8-Ball.
Who's the back post winning all these headers?
I don't know 8-Ball, but I tell you what, it's defending. He done enough to put the Teagues off there.
He did.
He done enough. The elbows in the back, the knees in the thigh 8-Ball, whatever you can to upset the balance and the rhythm there is really good defending. And again, what I said earlier, 8-Ball, playing to Teagues' strength. When the ball comes in, they're looking for that man. They know where the danger is, and they're playing the songs to his tune. 8-Ball. It's fantastic.
He's playing a lot higher this second half. I think it's made a big difference for Heritage. Up there is where he does the business. He gets the goals. He's got the output this season. 55 goal contributions this season. Yalkoa, rush of blood to the head. Concedes that throw in very, very, very deep in his own half. Gives it to Migan, and Classdoor puts the ball down. I think that's probably best. Is it going to go long? It is. Long to the edge of the box. Headed. I was going to say headed down. It really wasn't. It was headed goal bound. What team does Luca NR1 play for? He plays for Famalicão. 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left of this game. 5 minutes left of this stream. At this point in time, we are going into tomorrow's stream, not knowing who the champ is. Fast Doyle flicked on. Texi does well.
There is time to make yourself a hero. Time to make yourself a legend, 8-Ball. and there's 4 virtual minutes to do it, and it is on that class side, because even if Heritage do get the goal, we still have to go into tomorrow 8 ball. If Class can kill it off here, they get to celebrate earlier for everyone else. They get the guard of honour.
We get to go home early tomorrow as well, and that's not what we want, or do we? Stay tuned to find out. 2 minutes left. I mean, Heritage, I think they're playing down the clock so that they are the only ones who can have the last chance, because if Class score here, it's lights, whereas if Heritage score here, it's not over. So, and they're doing quite well. It's a good game management from the boys in black. One of PCL Cohen just runs out of pitch now.
I think he's got to go back and then go long, hasn't it?
They go long straight away. Mickelback wins it.
One more chance.
Here we go. Dump it, and they do. The knockdown is crucial. Sammy wins the first one. Lemieux, edge of the box to Class Doyle. He picks it back up.
He's got to hit it.
Byline, back post. There's 2 people waiting. Good clearance by Allaho.
Have they got time, 8 ball? Have they got time to swing it?
They do.
They have got time to swing
Edge
it.
of the box is on. Mickelback.
It's
got to be it. I'll give the cheer as well, because that's a good game of football. It does go down to tomorrow, and I'll set the scene for you now. It's Heritage up first, Engine. If they win or they draw, it still goes into the Black Sheep game. So, it's Heritage's to do. Class, I'll see you tomorrow, because I know for a fact you guys will be in the chat. Everyone else, I mean, to everyone else, it's just a usual Tuesday. To Heritage, it is Trophy Tuesday, potentially. But we'll go and have a look at the updated league table. We'll run it through our supercomputer and come up with every single which way that either of those 2 sides can win it. But it is now between Heritage and Class. That was a game of caginess, of Class, quite literally, and just 2 sides who are desperate to lift that trophy at the end of the season. Domino.
People, it's a hard position to be in. I think, looking at it, at the start of the night, you'd be in Class position all day long. In this position, you've got to back yourself, and you'd rather be in Heritage with everything in your hands to do. It's going to be a big night for them tomorrow, and it's going to be a big man today. Little Engines, Black Sheep, they are no pushovers. At the end of the day, they're unbelievable teams. But if I can give you some advice, 8 ball knows Rude Man quite well, and to be fair, a little 20 note here and there will never happen. I'm going to be honest.
He's literally the most honest man I've ever met in my life. If there's one person you can't bribe, it's that man. But yeah, I think Heritage, first and foremost, they knew a loss just could not happen tonight. So they did the business against the Dregs. They half did the business against Class. Everything's in their hands tomorrow, and goal differences are also going to play a factor as well. So may the best team win, but I'll see the Heritage boys tomorrow, and I'll certainly see the Class boys tomorrow. Let's make that chat electric, and yeah, we'll make sure we get both of those games on the stream by hook or by crook. But I'm tired. I don't think we can't do bumper episodes every time.
I mean, if we had some editing, I would literally just say, I'd end it with "to be continued," and then you got offline.
Okay, well, we'll do that, and then we'll get rid of it a bit later. But thank you very much for tuning in. Domino's going to do his little bit at the end, but Tex, you're one of many man of the match. You're men of the match. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tomorrow, 8 p.m. It's probably going to be a bumper edition. Thank you very much, Domino.
To be continued.
Cheerio, guys.